Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Season 20 semifinals match between Joker and Cryo. This is a very highly anticipated game where there's a lot of stakes here. We have a finals place up for grabs. Joining me in the panel is Coeval and Scoops. Harp is also going to be joining us in the next about 15 minutes. He'll be there to commentate some of the games, but Coeval, Scoops, thoughts on this matchup? Who do you got
What's up,
winning?
y'all? Um, I haven't seen Joker play in this tournament yet, and I've seen a lot of games of Cryos, and he has been performing really well. So until I see a little bit of the gameplay, I'm really not sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it though.
yeah, for sure. So, Joker likes to run, he can run pretty much anything. He's liked flight books from what I've been able to see. Experimented with Dark Defense a bit. And on the other hand, we have Cryo, who's just full on flightless mixes. Loves those double towers, water ball, hucking those spears. Very accurate with those, of course. As far as predictions go, who I've got. I don't know. It's hard to say. Joker on any given night can defeat pretty much anyone on this game, from the best to the worst. So we'll see kind of if he's in form or not. Cryo definitely in form, right, off of that victory against Gull. So I'll have to say Cryo here, having commentated and seen live the form that he was in against Gull. He played a really riveting
Yeah,
match. So what do you think,
yeah.
Scoop?
I think Cryo has been like doing yoga. He's doing tiger breathing. I think he's ready to just like absolutely
For
crush this
sure.
tournament right now.
For sure. The form that Cryo's been in is probably some of the best we've seen out of him for a while. To put in context how the players got here, or got to this point in the tournament, Joker came through the qualifiers. He actually came through the lower bracket because he got none other than Gaul in the first round. That was probably the toughest first round matchup out of like any two players in the qualifiers.
Yeah,
But
that's a hurdle.
yeah, it is quite a hurdle. Then he proceeded to top his group, actually, coming from the lower bracket. Group with, I believe it was 12, um, Slim Bill, and Pros, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that
And
sounds right.
that sounds right. And Cryo, on the other hand, he was in a group with Spork, myself, Inc., and Shadow. He narrowly lost to Spork in the winners game, so he got a lower seed. But um, for the brackets, Joker managed to take it on from Harp. Uh, 2-1 wasn't the cleanest performance we've seen from him, but it got the job done. And Cryo, on the other hand, managed to 2-0 Gaul, which is probably the most impressive feat in the tournament so far. Because to put in some context, Gaul has never lost a game, or sorry, series in a LTS tournament before.
Hmm.
So every LTS tournament he's competed in, he's won it, and Cryo was the first to break that. So very impressive feat from Cryo. But yeah, we're going to be starting fairly soon.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's either get him in here to talk or get him. It looks like they're ready to go, actually.
Yeah, it seems like they're about to jump into the game here. So I don't know. I think we can't really understate, Joker's victory against Harp. I feel like, Harpocrates is a very valiant, opponent, veteran, very experienced, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
so even though he didn't play that clean, right? I feel like he can go in with some confidence, especially given, Joker has had not much time to play the game due to his work schedule and just life. And so, given that, he's been very impressive and looks like we're off the
oh, here we
game
go.
here. Yep. Cryo versus Flash, which again is just one of Joker's alts.
Oh man, Cryo's got that. He's going for the intimidation factor here with that outfit.
What is up with that outfit? He looks like a cockroach, a beetle.
He's in demon mode now, for sure.
Yeah. Alright, so we see Blood Bank as expected. And, okay, interesting. Black Flash with the Mac Air. Wonder if he has paired that with Protection Shield. We know he doesn't have Supernova, so that's something that's important to note. One note about Joker 2, he doesn't like to run Flash, so we'll see here if he has it or not. Okay, so he's gone with it. Common pairing with Mac Air is like Water Ball, so that you can Water Ball out of muds, pressure your opponent.
And protect. Now, one thing I'm noticing here about this map gen is the middle is pretty closed off, which, you know, they're going to be competing for the middle space by the end of the game. So I'm thinking that Cryo's plan here is going to be digging to the left and then solidifying his position and waiting for the lava and fog.
Yeah, that's one approach. Another line here is to pressure. With Portal, we've seen Cryo use Portal in the past. Honestly, for a lot of the tournament, he started implementing Portal in his No Flight book. What that allows you to do is, like, he can sit in a sanctuary and Portal grab, like, a flighted opponent with a bunch of prots into the... or not a flighted opponent, but Portal grab someone with a bunch of prots into the sanctuary.
That was a little misplay there.
Yeah, there he auras his own swarm, unfortunately. Doesn't have a lot of time.
He accidentally put his swarm a little too close and made the aura just a little too precise of a shot for 10 seconds. It does seem that Cryo has switched up his book, though, from the last match. At least Portal is a new addition, I think.
I think he took it versus Gaul, actually.
Oh, versus Gaul, gotcha.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But he hasn't ran it the entire series. I think that was a change, an adjustment that he made. Because he thought, you know, how am I going to deal with these flightless books that run Protection Shield? Oh, you just Portal grab into a sanctuary. Easy, right?
Yeah.
You know, remove a lot of that pressure. Totem, I have to say, a very kind of niche option here by Joker. Hard to use in 10s because he's got Swarm, he's got Totem. How's he going to manage all of those minions, right?
It's interesting too because, like, he's flashing through terrain here and letting his Totem not put any work in here. So I'm wondering what his game plan is here right now.
It does seem kind of redundant, right, to have Totem and Flash. And honestly, we haven't seen Totem much. And not being used to much success, honestly, when it has been brought. I think I saw 1v use it, right, in the past.
Right.
And besides that, no one's ever really used it at all. I feel like it just, like, Swarm's so good, you already have a minion out. So are you going to be able to micro, you know, at minimum 2 minions? Now he's got 3 out. How the fuck is he able to, you know, get the maximum turn efficiency and actually, you know, move these minions, make some progress with them in just 10 seconds? This is going to be difficult.
Oh, that was a great pebble.
Nice move. Oh, into the lava. It's not going to do much, so, you know, again, we're not at the point where it's game altering.
I have noticed, though, you know, when players fall into that lava for a turn, it you know, it impacts their play. It's scary, you know. Even this early, I think they better stay sharp.
Yeah, for sure. Not Swarm. Snare is a great play here to discourage Joker from moving his swarms to advance toward Cryo. I'm interested to see what is he going to do with that totem. Is he going to accomplish anything?
Right.
Or is it just going to be, you know, moving around the map, not really doing too much?
Yeah. And also, both of our predictions of play for Cryo seem to be true. He's pressuring with the portal, and now he's continuing to solidify his position.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I'm wondering is, does Joker have flight? and typically he likes to run Mac Air without flight because you just move around, you zip around the map super fast, and he's also got flash so that he is able to clear space so that he can move with the Mac Air. And looks like he doesn't have flight. He's going to be using Mac Air to move. Just heard Harp come on in here. How you doing tonight, Harp?
Hey guys, doing well. How's the game going so far?
Good. Welcome.
So yeah, the game's going pretty good. We saw both players, I believe, teleport to opposite sides here. Cryo got a portal set up to that little area on the left. Got a nice little pebble into the lava for Joker early, but it didn't really, do that much damage, obviously. So he just gated out. He gated out of it, popped his Mac.
We got the BM draw. Draw flash.
Yeah, was that Cryo?
It was Cry.
He loves to do that.
That's how you know he's in the zone right now.
This looks like a good position for Joker. He got the tempo on the blood bank. As a prod up, the Mac Air can move really fast around the map. And Cryo's kind of a little bit congested right there, getting hit by the aura.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and a note for you, Harp, because you weren't here for the beginning of the game. Joker has Totem, which we've seen just be dog shit, in past tourneys. Like 1v brought it.
I brought it.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It's so bad because, for a fact you're going to at least have one minion, right? In niche cases, it could be good, but yeah. Pebble here, nah, you want to kill the swarm first, but Pebble's an option now.
Nice tempo. Issue is, Cryo probably has water ball. I haven't seen the whole match, but he can just kill the totem with one water ball. Yeah.
He does, but now the angle's hard, right? So that's at least good. Ooh, gets a tick with the snare. Something to watch out with the totem, I guess, is if Joker can clear enough land around Cryo to open up an opportunity to throw a Mega or some DMB or some, stupidly strong offensive spell, then that could swing the game in his favor.
Definitely.
My guess is Mega Boulder, but Dark Matter Bomb could be strong too. You can't know until it happens,
Yeah. So, yep, Cryo's gonna go for the water ball here. He doesn't have much else.
Funny thing here, the totem red bubble around it almost looks like a snare bubble.
That's true.
It's kind of confusing. Just a weird little comment.
Yeah, it does, huh? And in this position, if I'm Cryo, I would need to tower or something, right? If you leave the totem alive and don't tower, clears the land around the totem, and then he goes for a play, like I said, super aggro spell, possibly DMB.
Yeah.
I don't know what he has. Definitely DMB or Mega, one of those for sure.
He might be using Totem here to chip at the land underneath his tower now. Toss him into the lava.
Yeah, that's like the long-term plan, because Joker has the advantage of having Mac Air, so he has some type of flight in a sense. And if he clears enough land, then flight should have the mobility for getting across the map, especially with Mac Air, which is super fast. So once he clears enough land, Cryo will be really struggling not to be landing in the lava.
Oh, a snare of his own. Interesting.
Yeah, that being said, Totem doesn't really do that much because Cryo can just snare it off, and he's got all these little... Oh, goes for a Mega.
Dang.
Goes for a Mega on the tower. He probably has Spear, a second Mega. I'm trying to think over if that is worth it.
My instinct tells me it was not.
Yeah, hard to say. I'm inclined to say no, but what turn are we at? Okay, 24. Yeah, he might regret that.
Yeah, things are heating up though.
Here.
Things are heating up.
Yeah, I don't hate the Mega.
Yeah, it's not the worst play. I get why he did it, but he definitely might be suffering for a DPS later in the game.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's not in any real danger, and later in the game he has possibility to sank off Joker's prots, but
Right.
instead he burned a whole Mega, and you only have 2 of them.
Right.
So I think he could have probably just chilled. And you notice
Oh! That was a miss.
that was a miss, yeah. It landed in the aura, and that's why it
So
disappeared.
close.
Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate.
Dang. Yeah, that was super close. So here I'm wondering... Cryo wants to maybe bring his swarm through the portal at some point, not immediately, but that's something that he's maybe thinking about. Okay, Joker's going to help him do that.
And we can see here that Cryo is closer to being forcibly moved by the Arma than Joker is. So, yeah, he's going for a reposition now.
Yeah, that's a good play. Another option would have been to water ball toward Joker if he just wants to go pretty aggro, but I doubt that does much damage at all.
Right.
Okay, prodding in the aura. I mean, typically, like the fundamentalist, like Harp probably would never do that move in his life. But, you know, these guys know that, oh, you know, it's not like a game-losing move if I lose out on 10 prots or 20 prots. You know, it's not the end of the world. I can maybe move out of it with my clock tower. But, yeah.
Could be,
what do
though.
you think? Would you do that, Harp? Would you just prot in an aura and say, I'm going to get that tick?
Yeah, sometimes you got to give up the prot just for positioning. You don't want to like lose your tower, you know, especially in tens. Your tower is pretty critical.
Right, especially for our friend Joker, because
it's a good position of snare.
Yeah, he only has Mac Air, right? So he has to.
Right, Mac Air must be the play here.
He has to get a lot out of his
ledge, maybe.
Yeah, and then tower up, and then move after. Yeah, that's a fair play. Cryo's a speed demon, though. Can he fit down there? No, it looks...
it's not worth it. He's got the better position here.
He can't fit down there. We're going to have to watch out for... okay, great play to zone him in there, because the lava's coming.
Yeah. Now you just set up your snare, and wait till he's forced to come into that zone, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's flash. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, typically Joker doesn't bring flash, right, Harp? But I pointed out early that he does have it, which can be pretty good for him.
Oh, he's already used his snare. I see.
Yeah, he used his snare 2 turns ago.
I will run the lava.
But nice into the lava, and that does, I mean, not negligible. 30. That's solid. Can't really counter with a spell toward Cryo, any mud or drain or anything. Very difficult to try to maneuver that.
Yeah, great vision from Cryo too, noticing that, you know, that his pebble would just fit right exactly down.
Yeah, Cryo's big advantage is all the map control he has in the center.
Right.
And in order to get mobility, Joker needs to use Mac Air, so he's kind of stuck in a corner. Cryo can start zoning with auras and snares.
And he has only 2 Mac Airs left, which is important to note here. And he's got no flight, so his only mobility is Mac Air. Yeah.
There's a possibility he can jump to the left tree up there and then to the right to get to a higher ground.
We're getting a lot of Cryo love in the Twitch chat here. Seems to be the fan favorite.
Oh yeah, Cryo the fan favorite for sure. People are riding his last match with Gaul, of course. Swarm a
good use of spear.
Or
starts
spear
to boost it up in damage.
Yep, decent play there. As you guys saw there, he can go through the fog as long as he doesn't end his turn. In the fog, he won't take damage, but you can, you know, fuck around up there all you want as long as you don't hit 0 seconds.
You totem here, or I'm not sure what to do as Joker here. Yeah, doesn't
Just
seem to be a great course of action.
Yep, just gotta play defensive. And if I'm Joker here, I'm starting to think, okay, where could I possibly teleport? That would be good. But Cryo's got the portal mobility, so it's hard. You can't teleport above him.
Think out. So in 1v1 exchanges with direct combat, Cryo's going to generally come out on top if they engage in damage.
Yep, and he might try to choose to push here, but is not quite able to do it. So I was going to mention too, Cryo tends to go for balls to the wall aggro plays at least once a game.
Yeah.
And I was curious if he was going to maybe attempt one of those and if it would work out for him or if it would unfortunately result in a blunder. So here, yeah, he's going for some sick movement. Okay, he fucks it up minorly.
Oh,
get this pebble off. Nice job.
Yeah,
okay, there
excellent play.
Yep.
Yeah, the advantage is really starting to show here. The positional advantage, I mean.
He's gonna have to go for a panic tower for tree.
Yeah, tree's a good play. Curious if he has mud or mega, mud is a great bailout spell. He doesn't have it. It makes the game so much trickier.
Cryo could telly? No. He's pushing for that advantage as much as he can.
Oh, he missed the jump.
Oh
He's
shit.
gonna have to teleport.
Yeah.
He had to scoot over just a little bit. He could go over by the left portal. Yep,
there
because Cryo can't go in there because the fog is, interfering a bit now. The swarm can though, of course.
Alright, he's giving him a target to hit.
Just teleport. Yeah, I was just gonna say, just telly in response, get that tempo, keep that pressure up.
Joker could go for a risky mega. It probably wouldn't work too well, but he's also down an entire blood bank still, and now it's Cryo's turn. So
he gets mega here.
Yeah.
Mega here, GG.
He might go for the spear.
Oh, just do it. Mega.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Perfect
mega. Wow.
Dang.
Disgusting.
It had a chance to backfire, but Cryo hit that mega perfectly.
Has he watched the flash guide? Come on, Joker.
Oh yeah.
Sir,
nice
yes, sir.
flash.
Let's go.
I was thinking drain there, but flash also effective.
Yeah, drain a little tricky. Maybe not able to quite see that angle.
Right.
Okay, 149, 53.
I assume tower here. But...
Yeah, I mean, what else can he do? The thing is, Cryo's fast enough to just go right back the fuck up where he went before. Okay, he's gonna choose.
He's thirsty for blood. You can tell he is hounding for blood right now.
He's gonna tower through. Joker can always mudball the tower to try to trap him. Cryo would probably water ball out for chip damage on the tower.
Right, and if he does try to go back up through the fog, there's not really a great position that he can go to where he's not flashable again. Especially since Joker's shown that he has a decent knowledge of the angles that flash, to use flash effectively, so you don't want to risk something like that. But now, yeah, he's out of flash range, he can safely pebble.
He can move to the other side into the portal and maybe prot.
Yeah.
Or Mac Air.
For sure.
Mac Air also works.
Yep. He's only got one Mac Air left for you.
For
you guys who have.
Oh, this
maybe
is over.
It's been difficult to keep track. Oh, that's an easy soft mega. Soft mega GG. Oh, spear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, Joker can maybe get a risky mega? I'm not so sure. That'd be hard to get
he's
to the
out
portal.
of mega boulders. Sorry to interrupt, but he's out of mega boulders here.
Oh shit! What
God.
the fuck? No way!
Holy!
That is disgusting.
Oh, he expanded.
Flabbergasted.
Wait,
he could have went to the
gate.
Oh
shit!
What a finish!
Yo, I've never seen a play like that. Off the border?
That was absolutely insane.
Did he see that, do you guys think? Did he see that it would bounce? That's got to be luck.
I think he kind of did. His back was against the wall, and he was like, flash is the only move. I'm out of megas. I have to do something with this flash.
What the fuck?
Cut them in some type of direction.
That might have been the sickest flash I've ever seen.
That was disgusting. My god.
And Cryo had great reaction to that. He got it together, and he saw the turn that he could win that turn, and wow.
It's so risky. It's so risky to teleport there. Yeah. Really easy to get to just lose full basically and be panicking.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, that play was absolutely bananas.
Some real back and forth action we got there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
That was great, and I wonder what the players are thinking here with rebooking and all that. I wonder what they're. You know.
I don't think rebooking is in Cryo's like thought process whatsoever. He's just been running the flight list to such great effect.
I think, yeah, Cryo's book matches up against a lot of different type of play styles. The weakness to his book is a little bit with flight play. Flight play, it can help him like maneuver against Cryo's book around from one side of the map to another. It can also help to abuse Cryo's own portal against him.
Yeah, he can also like portal is used against him. He can sank it off if it's not going his way. If he positions it well enough. But yeah.
Last game, I talked to a lot of players in the community, and I was talking to Joker, and he did mention bringing Totem as a possibility. I told him that, hey, it might be kind of hard to micro that minion, because especially if you have Swarm, you're trying to micro that Swarm, which takes time during the turn, and Totem takes time during the turn. So it's kind of a hard spell to bring.
We got game 2 starting.
Here we go. Cryo turn 1 again.
So, I don't know. If I'm Joker, I would take Totem out of my book for sure. Because I'm thinking about, like, okay, what kind of utility can I get out of a spell like that? One of the options would be, like I said, it's going to clear the land to open up an opportunity to hit him with a huge offensive spell. Another option for it, let's say he was running like a DK book, maybe he could clear the land in order to, summon Dark Knight. That's more for like high time settings though. Right. So I'm not sure he really got much utility out of that Totem this match. Hopefully he went for another approach.
Yeah, I'm curious what could even be substituted that would have been effective in that game.
Not a minion. Not a minion at most, or at least, I guess.
Yeah.
So maybe another aggro.
Cryo's strategy with the Sanctuary Portal is pretty strong. Hey, if the opponent procs, and if you're flightless, then you can just take them right into the Sanctuary. That's why you got to be prepared for Cryo's book. Maybe have a tower set up in advance, or maybe have a tree in your own book to help block his portals.
Or your own Sanctuary, even.
Right, we saw DX play around the portals from Spork in the last semifinals game, right? And he mentioned in the interview that, well, I noticed that Spork liked the Sanctuary portal play, so one thing I would do is just sit in a tower and try to, counter it that way, and it worked pretty well for him. We'll see if Joker is able to adjust to that now that he sees the Sank portal play. Of course, he saw it last game too, but
it can be hard to think of all the results in a game, especially a tournament game, high pressure, so many things to consider, and then not just like the different moves. You always have to execute your own plays. Like, oh, I have to move over here in this precise manner. And it just takes a lot of cognitive thinking.
Yeah, for sure. If I'm Cryo, I mean, spamming Water Ball here to get a couple of different avenues to the center. Probably not.
Spear yourself, maybe?
Yeah, you could spear yourself for sure. Take a page out of Spork's book. We've known that to be quite effective.
Good idea, Scoops.
Yeah, you may not think like, oh, what's the point of, taking that swarm with the aura? But later in the game, like, here's the thing, not much happens. Okay, nothing happens really in the first 20 turns. And so you're thinking aura comes back off cooldown, in what, 3 turns now? That swarm can be killed. Of course, Joker can bring out another one, but he's at least getting some utility out of the aura.
I think another point with that is that it's all about tempo. It's about killing their swarms with your own swarm. He got a tempo. His swarm's completely negated, while Cryo's swarm is now alive. But Joker also did the same thing to Cryo's swarm when it was 10 HP. So it's the aura and swarm combo that go back and forth to try and kill each other's swarms. Because swarm is all about turn efficiency. I summon this spell, and it does damage every turn, passively over time. The longer it's alive, the more damage it does.
Yep, and we saw what you just mentioned play out, like, live, basically, They just traded their swarms with some cheeky aura play, you know, swarming the swarm. We saw all that in action.
Right, now we can see from this opening, Cryo's got the bank and Joker's got the flight protection shield. And,
Yeah, could have gone for a spear there, a bit risky, because I'm thinking that, oh, Joker can't drop down by cryo due to that aura. He's gonna get stunned.
Oh, that
He's
was
trying
nice.
to clear land. He's trying to clear land into the portal so he could escape that way. But he could have just did a direct lob into the portal. He didn't have to like shoot it upwards. But he was probably pressed for time.
I think he was trying to knock
Yeah.
that snare down so that it wouldn't propagate towards where he is now.
Oh, that's another good point.
If that is the
Well, then
case,
the-
then I think Water Ball would have been more effective.
Yeah, water ball or pebble, definitely.
Yeah, the teleport by Joker is pretty good. I think he had flash. I might consider like flashing to the right if I was him, or actually, you know what? Flashing upward might have been fine. Then he has some room on the top there above that cloud on the left to pebble down.
That's an unfortunate snare right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
does snare target at all? It seems
No.
like this kind of... It doesn't?
No, it's random.
Okay.
Yeah, it is random for sure.
Yeah, that was a far-reaching snare.
This looks to be tough for Joker because now he's deflighted. Don't have his cooldowns handy if he has flight back, but if not,
Right,
it's a difficult
perhaps.
situation. I think he switched up his book, so with a style
Yeah.
like he's been doing, you can kind of tell by the early game. Notice when he had Mac Air, he was popping it super early, and one reason
right.
is he can have great mobility. He moves out of auras, and also on some maps you can apply pressure just by casting Mac Air, because you can zoom across the map and slap your opponent with a offensive spell.
Yeah, that's
But
one of the
here-
greater advantages of Mac Air is your movement is just so fast compared to anything else.
Yeah, okay. He goes for the drain. My 60G brain was thinking like he's gonna stack with his own swarm,
Yeah.
which it wouldn't be worth it because that's too much damage. I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, he still has totem. I think that's a
The
little bit.
totem's gonna at least help him navigate across the gap in the lava, but yeah, it's not my favorite pick.
Right. And here's the thing, like, this reminds me of like playing Gull, where he's treed, and you know that Gull can go down there and fuck you up in one turn in 10 seconds. It's super easy. Like, he's just making subtle, small movements. Notice he just edges over to the right, just a little bit, right, each turn, so that he can set up. He's imagining his movements every turn, you know, in order to just pressure Joker.
Joker could go for damage here, and he would be up on the tempo, but he also is behind on the bank. So he could decide to go for the teleport to get higher ground in map control.
Yeah, also it's worth noting if he does go for a damage play, he's on a live tree and Cryo has Drain, so it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? If you were to go for a damage play, he's just going to be mitigated by Cryo's Drain.
And the candle right above the tree, it's really dark, but it might block him trying to get past.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, true. He may barely fit there. Good play though by Joker, getting some zoning pressure right on Cryo here, and Cryo has to respond. Yeah. Now Joker could go for a pretty ridiculous Mega Boulder. I could see it working. You kind of set it next to that tiny cloud. Okay.
It would have to explode. I don't know if that would work. It might
It's
knock
very-
him to the left.
Yeah, it might knock him to the left. It's very tricky. So that could be a potential line, but this is much safer to go for the tree. And I like how much space he has over to the right, which is nice. Gives him some flexibility and also, I don't know, just like breathing room. Like, his anxiety is probably not that high. I would say, at this point in the match. And we're getting to the mid-game. I know when I'm in the mid-game, I'm starting to get anxious. But I'm not sure about that positioning. I would have stayed to the right so that he's not easily pebbleable or water ballable. You know, you can't water ball or pebble through a live tree. Well, you can't pebble through a live tree. You can water ball, but it won't do much at all. Cryo can't go down there. He's obviously got no flight. He's just going to drop straight into the lava, so that's worth noting. He could tower out. That's one line. If I'm him, I would do that unless I'm miscounting and he's got his cooldowns off. Okay, snare here is fine. It's interesting when he chooses to keep the swarm alive.
Maybe he can get the swarm far away enough from cryo to have it saved to kill the blood bank in the next turn. But cryo knows that swarms are a threat, so if he can navigate fast enough, no, he can't. He might summon the swarm on his own. There we go.
Yeah. And
but now Joker can kill his swarm with an aura afterwards.
Yeah, it's a nice cop-out play though. You see that opener, or not opener, but just that like sequence of moves played out a lot. You would think, oh, he's about to go for an aggro play or hit him with something hard, and then, well, he doesn't quite make it, but he's not lost, right? He just pops a swarm there to zone a bit. Oh, he makes that jump this time. Nice. He doesn't quite fit, which is not terrible. Yeah, he's gonna Mac Air anyway. I was wrong. He does have it, but he just changed his approach.
Yeah. Yeah, water ball.
That's good, I think. Saving your Mac Airs, because he only has 4, and he needs them late game to be able to take advantage of Cryo's inability to move. Right?
He's adjusted his strategy from last game because he ran out of Mac Airs. You know?
Yeah, that's very smart. With the same book, it looks like, so yeah, props to him.
Yeah, Joker could have microed that swarm into the portal and killed the blood bank, but then would get killed in the order the next turn.
Right.
But maybe he should have done that anyways, because Cryo decided to use a whole turn to kill the swarm. So.
Right, and it's interesting that you say use a whole turn to kill the swarm, because I'm thinking about like the utility of totem, and I'm thinking like, does he literally just put it in Cryo's way? The totem just says, "Hi, I'm here. You got to kill me," so that Cryo just uses the turn to get like a spear on cooldown or a snare on cooldown. You know. Might be his thought process, somewhat. Because what else is it really doing, right?
Yeah.
He is not really able to set it up offensively like I had proposed, and also Cryo has figured out this nice 2-turn sequence of snaring it and then killing it with the swarm, which is pretty neat. I mean, you're seeing at the high level, it's not just thinking about 1 turn at a time, but instead, like, oh, I'm going to snare this totem, it's going to be at 10, and then I can swarm it off. He's thinking in 2-3 turn sequences, which is important. Nice pebble coming here.
And also he's trying to protect the swarm with the snare.
Unfortunate Q.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill the snare. I mean the swarm.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh, both Q.
Unfortunate Q. Okay, this is pretty tragic. Now it's hard though for Cryo to pebble down. Joker knew it. He repositioned, which was smart on his part. And Joker's got no minions out. Cryo's always wanting to get that swarm and the blood bank set up. Drops the snares. That's pretty significant because he has a little bit more room to move. I wonder why he ticked himself there. I was thinking that he could just tower without the tick, but that happens. It's hard to kind of micro.
He's probably going to snare here.
Yeah, snare here would be a good play.
Oh shit.
And he Qs again. Oh god. You just go for a pebble here. Could this could bounce back in his face. It could also do that. I was just gonna say. Actually, no. I just said it could bounce back in his face. That's what I meant. Is that could happen? Now, Joker. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry.
Done is maybe somehow try to knock him into the portal. I don't think it would. Yeah. And then when he goes in the portal, he'll be hit. Maybe picked by the fog. That's kind of a hard play.
You know, it would be absolutely diabolical. Would be to go close to him with the Mac Air, Mega Boulder Sui into the portal, into the fog, and he just gets slapped for 150.
That'd be crazy. And he managed to perfectly aura there. Perfect aura.
Yeah, he's
has his own swarm back, and he might reply with his own.
You can tell that Joker has like very successfully adjusted his strategy after that first game, and like he is using all of his spells a little more effectively, I think, this time around.
Possible risky play would be to pebble him and aim for the portal. Definitely possible here. In my extensive experience in LTS gameplay, I know. Trust me, everyone. No, but really, that's definitely a possibility, but it's very...
he should go for it, for sure. I see it.
Very, very aggro.
Oh, yeah, he sees it.
Let's go. Sees it. Come on. Come on, baby. Yes, perfect. Okay, now he just aims for, like, his feet. Cryo's feet. Perfect.
Oh, there you
go. Let's go! Yes!
2 or 3.
Co-eval the Prophet. Oh, he goes back into the portal before he hits fog damage.
Yeah.
Still good. Still good. So, you know, maybe I was not so smart in pointing it out, but... No, he can Water Ball here. Force Cryo to burn a Mud. The Swarm Out is awesome. 15 tick damage doesn't seem like much, but it actually is in this position where Cryo's arguably down. Okay, flashing out. Nice.
That's kind of the only way to fight back against Blood Bank without having your own out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought when he went through that portal, he wasn't going to go back into the portal. Thought maybe he would fit.
Joker's in a strong position. I would have moved my Swarm over to the Blood Bank and Mac aired towards Cryo. But maybe he wants to focus just on the tower because Cryo can't get any HP while Joker's in the tower. Only when he's out of a tower can he get HP from damage.
Yeah. This is an interesting play. Cryo might just have to kill the Swarm. Okay, he goes for he kills the Swarm closer to him. He could also have speared the 25 Swarm. But this is more turn efficient.
A counter aura, and then Cryo will respond with a
slam. Oh, yeah. That's the third time he's done that this game. It's, really working to his favor.
Yeah. He could have also ran away a little bit further, just because Mac Air's so fast. He can go up through the fog and pebble him, which I'm not sure why he went that route. If Co-Eval is playing in this match, he would have gone for a play like that. Oh, he just lobs it from there. Okay, that's fairly safe. I respect it.
He probably wanted to keep his positioning in the center.
Yeah, and if Cryo Mudball's here, he has to make sure that he's out of the fog.
Instead of Totem as a spell, maybe like BFTP would have been better, just to kind of mess people's positioning up. Like a BFTP here, say if he was through the mud, would not Cryo straight into the lava.
Right. That snare is a pretty terrible play.
There's a whiffer.
But I would have gone for Flash. Water Ball, maybe? Unfortunately,
I don't think Joker has Water Ball. Does Joker have Water Ball?
Yeah, he probably doesn't. I keep thinking that he might because Mac Air and Water Ball are paired well together, but no, he doesn't. He has Flash instead. I think Flash is probably better there.
Totem, and then you can fly to the left and summon a Swarm, kill the bank.
Yeah, so Totem would have been a good play, yeah.
Yeah, Totem on the bottom would have been nice.
He can still do it now.
Right.
Maybe Flash just...
Or just Flash left. Yeah, Flash left does the same as Totem. This is the thing, it's like, his spells are redundant a bit.
More turn efficiency, though. Like, I think they're the same kind of thing. Like, okay, you Flash, you clear space to the left. If you Totem, clear space to the left, but maybe he can clear some space more down below him. Or maybe in the future he could Totem to land right below Cryo. And make sure he's kind of on shaky ground.
Yeah, but also, I think we have to consider that, like, if he summons a Totem, he now has to micro that, and he can never pressure Cryo, because he's got a Totem in his way. So it makes it trickier to pressure when he's in a pretty dominant position and he would want to pressure.
It could be in the way. But I guess I don't know. It just seems like there's not much of a loss. Like, okay, maybe it could get in the way. They could just slightly move it out of the way and say if it dies, no big deal.
Right, you're saying, okay, the totem did its job. I don't care. Just move it wherever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Doesn't
yeah.
have to block him. Yeah.
Right. So maybe, yeah, getting some water balls out to threaten some pressure here. Maybe he can't quite jump that gap. I think it's too high where he aimed the water ball.
There's the totem. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, this could be potentially good for him. Imagine it opens up that bottom area and he suddenly has a world of more space. And yeah, Cryo's got nothing to do. He's just going to spam the water balls. The swarm is in aura range, which is great.
It's gonna
Oh,
He's taking the
cute.
land away from the totem.
got our first
isn't he?
Q.
So he wants to do your strat, Scoops. Take that
Yeah.
land away under the tower.
And Cryo reacts immediately. Oh, yeah.
Perfect Mega.
Nice play.
Perfectly done.
Yeah, and he healed so much from that too.
Right. Because he's
Surprised-
healing about like 20 health, 25 health. off.
Yeah, surprised we didn't predict that. I was too
Yeah, this
busy
is
looking at the
where-
totem.
Cryo wants to go on the offensive. There's only 10 turns left.
Can he drain him off here? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I lied.
Offers that
If
draw.
Joker
Just,
has flight, he can Mega. Or he can just Mega from here.
You had to go over to the right a bit in order to drain him off and just like aim it directly at him. Oh, that's a rough move because he's gonna potentially get pebbled off.
Might not have enough room. He's gonna tower and move away and then pebble.
Yeah.
It's kind of
So-
a forced position here for Joker now.
He could block with a mini on the other side.
Right. Okay, yeah, it goes for the stack. He's down a lot of health, though.
This is a sink.
Yeah, now he can do execute the pebble that I was talking about.
Mm.
And
Even if it
quite.
doesn't sync, sometimes in 10s it's good not to sync. Because if they
Right.
are sent off the map, they can keep doing damage to you. He gets out of the fog just in time.
Yeah, Cryo's book is just so strong. It's like any close quarters engagement with Cryo feels like a losing battle.
nice play.
Game.
nice play. Great spear
Amazing
lob.
play.
Great spear lob there.
He micro out there. He needs to prot.
Hmm.
Cryo here can just,
He's gonna try to portal to get closer to him.
yeah. He can portal or he can throw a water ball. But
And
if
maybe
you wa-
Joker stashes a bank on the right side of this terrain.
Another play was he could have went right under the fog and lobbed the mud ball directly upwards. Or a tree works, you know.
Hmm.
The mud ball
Yep.
would go through the portal and drop right down to Cryo. But yeah, tree's fine. He could also drain off that tree to recover some critical less HP.
That's a risky as
That's
fuck gate
flashable.
if I've ever seen one. That's a risky gate.
That was a flash right there. But
Jesus. Wow, that is
Yeah, Joker's
ballsy.
in a good spot now.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
He can draw this out.
oh yeah, we've only got 3 rounds left.
Yeah, turn 58. Certainly a draw.
I mean, if last game was any indication, things can just spiral out of control in one turn, you know?
Yep.
I lost against Joker in game 2 on turn 59 when I got Mega Boulder into the lava. So
I
hey, it can
saw
happen
that,
to
yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, that was a rough match. So here, yeah, he's gonna tick him with the swarm, and there's not much they can really do to pressure because we're on turn 59 at this point.
Yeah.
I'm curious if we're gonna see book changes Because it seems like Cryo has been the aggressor in these matches.
Yeah, it seems very difficult for Joker to push a serious advantage against Cryo's powers and snare.
Yeah, I was playing against Cryo before, and the difficulty is that he has so much defense. Because Sanctuary has great synergy with Snare, it always has, and it's kind of hard to get close to him. But it's turn 60, good game.
Yeah, they can do whatever. That'd be funny if he was at like 60 health and he just died.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Well, that was an interesting game. Joker was able to have some chances and get some momentum, but I still feel like Cryo played pretty solid.
Yeah, Cryo was definitely having the advantage in that match. Joker just needs to find a way to use his flight, maybe get Portal or Wormhole to kind of go over to him, kill his bank, and then once the bank is dead, and maybe after Cryo goes on Sanctuary cooldown, he can press the offense. Pressing the offense when there's a Blood Bank dead and a Sanctuary cooldown is critical.
Mm-hmm. And I think that from here, they seem pretty evenly matched in like performance, and I think that they're probably going to be making maybe micro adjustments to their books to try and have one or two spells different, you know.
I think Cryo's book is pretty perfect. I think Joker needs to like change his spells out. Like I think Wormhole with Mac Air might be interesting. What else?
Get rid of that totem.
Could be good. Blood Bank.
Couple things he could try maybe is a Nova book if he wanted to force Cryo to kind of go on the offensive, or Dark Knight could potentially work in his favor because Cryo loves those more aggressive teleports, and so maybe you could potentially catch him off guard with a Dark Knight trap after a teleport.
Yeah, you would really have to be able to get that trap with a DK. Like that's a kind of a niche scenario, and if you can't get that aggressive teleport, then the DK is just going to be kind of cucked or denied by Devil Snare, or sorry, whatever the snare move is called nowadays.
Right, the prickly barrier.
Yeah.
Prickly barrier.
But didn't you counter Cryo's aggressive teleport once with a DK in a tournament game? Or is that someone else?
I mean, the last time I can think that I countered Cryo's aggro teleport with the DK was in 60 Nexus. I defeated him.
Yeah.
And he was going super aggro, and I was memeing about it. I was like, this is disrespectful teleport. And I basically, I wasn't able to like perfectly trap him, but he aggro teleported, and I put a DK kind of in his area code, and he didn't have much tools to deal with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can really bite you in the ass. But I don't know. We haven't seen Joker really run Dark Knight.
I don't think it's in his style, honestly.
No, he loves like the Mac Air, like the ability to move around the map, maneuver. The Mac Air sort of swarm, just generic stuff. I think that's his bread and butter.
And yeah, Joker also got a few Qs in that game, which is kind of disappointing. Even if he can get like a fusion off, just to get some like chip HP, that's pretty nice to like help him in the long run.
Yeah. Oh, one of my friends says you're missing some amazing gameplay versus Cryo and Flash, but they don't know that I'm literally commentating. I'm gonna let them know in the lobby.
Alright, they're taking a little bit of time, which does indicate some kind of book change.
Who do you think will be changing their book the most out of the two of them?
Definitely Joker right now.
Joker, yeah.
What do you think he's gonna make in terms of book changes? Oh, never mind. Looks like we are starting.
Oh,
all right.
I was right. He could have gone for a Nova book. We'll see how this plays out.
Oh.
So, very interesting. I can kind of explain the strategy with this type of book. I ran it against Seto with a lot of success. And so you can do one of two things. You can Mac Air early, like water ball spam, pressure, and try to get like an early DMB off. And we see Cryo's gonna push because he knows that the second strategy that Joker can use is to stall as hard as he can and then hit a late Nova at turn 40, turn 50. The map is getting shrunk from the top, shrunk from the bottom, and at that point there's so little space to really work with once you Nova. And so Cryo knows this. I think he's gotta execute this for sure. He knows the exact strategy against this book. Already, Joker is in a pretty difficult position. He is, able to use Tree there.
Oh yeah, again, Cryo is not going to humor any level of stalling here.
Cryo is literally on crack here. He's full offense.
Cryo is always going to apply the pressure. You know, he knows how to go aggro, when to go aggro. That's what he's always been talented at.
Yeah, for sure. And he's just going to be relentless here.
Yeah, he might just teleport right after him.
Yep.
Because you can trap with the no, you can't trap with this tele, but close.
Right. One thing he could do, is Aura. And then just get a couple of water balls in there to just slowly make his way to the Joker. Even water balling down here is a decent play. We don't know if Joker has a second tower, right? Which makes his book a bit squishy. Yeah, Joker's doing the right thing. Hopefully he does have a second tower. Oh no, he's just gonna go use his second Mac Air, which is just so bad. Like, think about it. Turn 8, you've used 2 of your Mac Airs. Very hard.
He just needs to do his best to stall until Black Hole, possibly. Also, like, maybe another nice spell with Joker's book could have been a Forest Seed. Well, he does have it, never mind.
Yeah, he does. He used it early in order to zone Cryo a bit, right?
Yeah, but then Cryo can just snare here, possibly.
He can even go down to the right and pebble him. Although he has to be careful about a counter DMB. Snare is a safe play. I'm kind of thinking about the balls to the wall aggro as fuck lines, but you're thinking about the sensible, professional gamer 2K experienced Arcanist lines.
Yeah, the boring lines.
Yeah, the boring lines.
No one wants to see that.
Right. Okay, interesting. You are able to water ball through a tree, as you guys just saw. And it does enough damage to detower, because Mac Air is pretty weak. Joker should have his teleport back next turn. Again, I'm not sitting here with a notepad. I'm not that nerdy, but just going off intuition. Teleporting here, relatively safe. I guess you got to be careful about a counter tele, like he teleports and then Cryo teleports. So that could be a bit rough for him.
But at least the teleport nullifies the swarm. Swarm's kind of stuck down there for the time being.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about a line like, okay, let's say that he teleported like on him. That's risky because like a DMB could happen. Because it has such an AoE, such a huge AoE.
Mm-hmm.
He could lob a DMB in his vicinity. Now, it doesn't have to be exact, and it could suck him into a hole. He's trapped there with Grav Pulse. Cryo...
Ooh, he got the Pebble angle off.
Yeah, Cryo foresaw that, and so he teleported up at the top. And I think
Nice.
He knew about the Pebble angle when he teleported up top. He said, okay, I can hop up there, Pebble straight down. And... I'm worried about Joker here. He
needs a tree here.
Fucked up his micro a bit. Okay, Black Hole's
Black Hole works.
Yeah.
Tree probably would have been better, save your Black Hole. Well, actually, the Black Hole's kind of good because Cryo's in a precarious position.
Yeah.
He could always maybe went on the spec and then jumped over to the left, but who knows? Black hole's
Very
kind of
risky.
weird.
Yeah, very dangerous stuff jumping around that thing.
Yeah, although I think that's fairly safe. He was just a few pixels above the land, so not quite close enough.
It's kind of like more just like a mental fear, you know, like the fear is still there. Yeah. Even though it is safe to do it, it just, initially, it was definitely a scary maneuver.
Yep, keep an eye out for towering around that black hole. It's just going to cancel it out.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. The black hole caused the dark matter bomb to explode on impact.
Wait, but the dark matter bomb, it exploded in the middle?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, what the fuck? I didn't know that it went to the middle. You could actually see the little outline there, and now he's Nova.
Oh, man.
That's like, wow.
Yep, right after the teleport, the supernova goes off.
Okay, that's a play I didn't see. Damn.
It seems Cryo does have an escape route, but it's still a very cool play. I do think it was early though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
the issue
early.
Is, what's the follow-up to the supernova? How does he get over to Cryo?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, in other tournament games with Nova that I've seen, it's used in the last 10 rounds of the game when there really isn't anywhere left to hide.
Oh, guys, turn 18. It's so early to use Nova.
Yeah.
God.
I guess one thing Joker could do is prod up. He doesn't have much Mac Airs left, that's the issue. But he needs to find a way to maybe wormhole over to Cryo. That's one possibility once the supernova dies.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit disappointing to see that Nova early out of Joker. You think initially that, it applies pressure, he just clicks this giant spell and it does so much damage. But honestly, Cryo, yeah, just towered. And he's taking no damage, basically, essentially, from this potentially...
How many Mac Airs has Joker used?
Devastating spell. I think he has... I think he has 1 or 2 left.
Oh man, that Nova was not great, I gotta say.
That Nova was so bad. But
the advantage to it is it clears a lot of land, and so this gives Joker a lot of possible flash angles in the right side of the map.
Yeah, I was going to mention Graph Pulse too, but it's not quite as potent when he doesn't have flight. It's hard to Graph Pulse someone off the map when they're literally standing on terrain.
I had the same issue in my matches. Yeah, I had the same issues in my match against Cryo. Some casual matches, I would push the advantage, I would get a lot of damage on him, and then he would teleport away, and on Dark Fortress, it's kind of hard to push the advantage sometimes. There's so much land they have to dig through, and Cryo hides away, he blood banks up, he man traps up, and just heals all the HP.
You know what would be interesting, and maybe he could have done this a few turns ago, is to water ball, like scoot up with the Mac Air above the blood bank a bit, water ball above the black hole into the giant tower, and then move through that hole with the Mac Air and pressure Cryo from above.
Yeah, that high ground definitely is kind of the advantage that Joker has. Cryo doesn't have much mobility at all, so besides Portal if you count that.
Yeah, and you can see like a bunch of pebble knocks into lava or into awkward situations that could definitely transpire. So Cryo foresees that though a bit. He was worried about maybe what I just pointed out, and so he trees that top area. And Joker says, "It's fine. I'll just go from below and pressure there."
One thing Joker could do is try to stack as many procs as possible, keep his distance, and then once he has 150 prot, he can go from above, and he can just start dealing damage to Cryo, because Pebble won't be able to detower, and also he won't be able to Sanctuary all the way up there.
We've got a counter draw offer from Joker now.
What do you think about that, Scoops? What do you think about their draw offers? Do you think that indicates weakness at all?
I think it indicates strength. I think that when you flash the draw offer, you're putting fear in your opponent's heart. And I think that the fact that Joker has gotten to that DM draw offer first, it kind of shows that Joker's feeling a little bit better psychologically.
Yeah, cryo starts to re-centralize the swarm and bring it over.
I'm not a big fan of that gate from cryo. Main reason is, like, I don't know, I feel like he doesn't get that much out of it, and Joker's very easily able to just skirt all the way over to the right of the map. And what did he accomplish? Okay,
Yeah.
positioning wise, maybe he's, better. Like, he's got more mobility on the left side, because what are you gonna do as flightless on the right? It's a giant, background. There's no terrain. Like, you're doing nothing.
That's another thing. That's a good point. That's another thing. Like, the snares also are kind of like more crowded in the left side area, and so it's more effective. On the right side, it's a bit open, so it's a little bit less effective. So maybe that's why Cryo teleported over there. But Joker's in a pretty decent spot,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
it seems like Cryo's ready to draw here. He's seen that Joker's already used his main win. He's just gonna heal and stall now, I think.
Yeah, so he's used one DMB, he uses Supernova, so it's like, okay, what does Joker do next?
Right, and I think he kind of knew after that teleport. It was like a turn or two after that teleport he threw the draw up. He knew, like, I just gotta go for this and see. Cryo probably foresaw that the draw was coming pretty soon at that point. And yeah, when you're throwing out a meme move like that, Cryo's just like, just accept the draw, Joker. Come on, what are we doing?
If I'm Joker here, I'm not accepting it though. I'm gonna push as much as I can, get as much warm up time with this book in case he wants to run it again. Yeah,
that's a real thing because Joker has been kind of busy for the past few weeks, and he likes to experiment with like a lot of different books. And so if he can get the handle on this one, and if Cryo's kind of inflexible with his book building because he's been consistently running Flightless, then maybe Joker will have the advantage. He'll eventually be able to find the way to utilize his book properly to defeat Cryo.
Right, and the other thing too to note is when your opponent is kind of like checked out in a way, like they're ready to take the draw, they play sloppier, and you want to get your opponent as impatient as possible.
Yeah, there's a little bit of tilt there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great point. So I guess, say this draws, which it's still a bit early, but, like, say it does draw, and Joker runs the same book. Some adjustments that I would like to see him make is like, okay, first of all, don't Nova at turn 18, Nova at turn 40, even 45. Honestly, the later you Nova, the better, in some cases. And then he could have been able to, if he were to Nova later, like in this game, he could have just saved it. Cryo was at 117 health. Just water ball a couple times, like threaten to go over there with your Mac Air, and don't allow Cryo to just sit there and drain up. He recovered 100 health back.
That's why maybe he should have set up a wormhole first. You set up the wormhole, and then you do the supernova. So it's like, okay, oh, what the fuck?
What did he
You're all rescinded.
What the fuck did he just do? He just walked into it. Did that?
It was a D-tower
like
effect of the black hole, yeah, what Seto Kaiba said.
Holy shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that D-towering range is so big.
Yeah.
Of course, I believe this is still a draw. Oh, imagine, like, Joker didn't have that land to the right of him. If Cryo could have gotten an angle, he can't, but, like, if he were to able to get an angle on, like, a water ball, he could sink him. But, of course, Joker knows that he's safe there, so he's chilling. So weird. Both of them, they have spear, but they haven't got any utility out of it. It's like, oh, it's turn 40, time to use my spell. I guess I should use this piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah, the
Now,
main usage out of Spear is being the level 1 for Snare.
Right.
Right.
It's pretty strong, too, but Snare is definitely the strongest part of it.
Oh, you pick it up and it resets your cooldown. I forgot about that, yeah.
Now, do you have to hit another target in order to increase its damage?
No.
Or are they increasing the damage right now by chucking it into the ground like that?
Yeah, they are increasing the damage.
Okay.
You don't have to hit. You can also hit. You just have to cast it. Yeah, I mean, what are yeah,
Just
what
take
are
the
we
draw.
what are we watching
Yeah.
here? That it's at turn 42 and they're kind of probably thinking about what they're gonna do for their weekends, right? But
What are you doing for your weekend, Coeval?
what am I doing? Well,
Yeah.
I'll be hanging out. I may be working on a YouTube video if I choose to do so. Sometimes I take my Saturday mornings, do some editing and try to release a video in like the afternoon for everyone in the Discord. If not, yeah, I may just kind of hang out. It's really hot here where I am, so I'm not sure if I'll get outside too much, but yeah, we're just chilling.
Harpy,
Chilling,
what you got going on?
What do I got going on? Whole lot of nothing.
There's the draw
this-
finally.
Yeah, speaking of,
Yes.
A whole lot of nothing right there.
Were you talking about the game or your weekend?
I will not comment on that.
Both.
the answer is yes.
Yep.
It did feel like both players sort of checked out of the game. Especially after Joker made that blunder, Mac airing a little bit too
Yeah.
far into the black hole.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, once Cryo gets his health back, it's so hard to, like, aggro telly and push because Joker has Snare, and if he just teleports into a hole, obviously DMB is a thing, and that's huge damage, and he just gated, so he'd be trapped. It's so tricky. Like, Swarm and Snare are great chip damage, sort of like anti-push, spells. By that, I mean that, like, you can't just teleport safely in and start, fucking up your opponent. It's not that simple.
Yeah, it's a real shame we don't have full fire legal in this tournament because
Show me the turn 2 magma bomb. I'd love to see like a bomb. Someone lobs a bomb and it bounces off the top. You know how the tower is cut off by the top of the map? It just bounces off the top of the map, off a cloud, and like sticks to the player. That would be just absolutely insane.
That'd be the biggest play of the entire tournament.
And we've begun Game 4 now.
Alrighty.
No level 3s.
This
Okay, no
time,
level
no
3s.
Supernova book.
Yeah. Interesting to note, as everyone points out on the commentary team at one point when we have that open map. Whoever has a little bit more of a rush playstyle or chooses to go aggro.
Cryo brought a flip book.
Whoa, what the heck?
oh,
Is
interesting.
that legal?
Yeah.
What the fuck? No, but yeah, obviously you can go more aggro if the top is more open. It's not completely open, but it's not also completely closed, right? Wise words from Coeval, as you guys know.
I think that was
One time I was explaining the Arma once, and I was laughing at myself. No one probably noticed, but I was like, yeah, and as you can see, the fog comes from the top, and the lava, it's coming from the bottom. It's like, yeah, of course, like, and the sky is blue, right?
Well, this guy's
people
actually
are colorblind.
black here.
Right, yeah, exactly. So we're seeing the same setup. You get a bank out turn 1, or prot. You can do either or. Okay, some 7G, 10G inspired portal grabbing there. Get some tick damage on that prot, almost got into Cryo Swarm as well to get a 30 aura damage. Bank plus Flight, what do you think about that, Harp? Does it give any indication to what other spells Cryo might have, or what is his general strategy? Oh no, a Q.
I have no idea on this one.
Right, it's tricky to tell, right?
Oh, he's gonna Storm Shield here, I think.
Oh,
no,
maybe
he took it
SS?
back.
Yeah, we're trying to guess what he has. Okay.
So that's why it's summoned the Storm Spirit, yeah.
I think he was planning on setting it up right next to the portal, but ran out of time.
Yeah, can Cryo go in the portal here? And that Storm
He could
Shield...
just SS his own Spirit, or just
Yeah,
Spot 2.
Or just go next to the portal. Joker's gonna come back and get deflighted. Yeah, that's better.
Mm-hmm.
There's that weird mechanic where if you're both in a portal and one person has a shock shield, when you have that interaction of the player goes through the portal at the beginning of your turn, the shock shield will connect with the opponent and it'll do damage. Kind of strange, but that's just how the mechanic works. So here, I'd give the slight edge to Cryo. Okay, he was able to go through the portal. So now I'm thinking, okay, it's still even. And both players are going to just continue to do their setup. Honestly, we might see a situation where in 20 turns, they're both at 150 prot. And we're starving ourselves at the commentary booth.
I'm hoping one of them is going to water ball through this center tower. Maybe Joker will, now that he's kind of sealed off Cryo's position.
Yeah, but who knows if either of them has Water Ball.
Yeah,
right.
in my experience, I actually brought Water Ball versus DX, and didn't really use it that much. In conjunction with Portal, it's like, what's the point of Water Ball? You've got... It's good to look for, like, redundancy in spells.
Right.
So, Water Ball digs, and Portal moves you across the map. If you're going to be moving across the map, why Water Ball in the first place? And it's going to take several turns to get through that giant tower. Just Portal over. Right. You don't need Water Ball.
It's true. And Moyne the Miner here in the lobby makes a great suggestion. Just summon Dwarf. I feel like there's been zero Dwarf gameplay so far. And it's...
Why didn't Joker think about that? What is he doing?
Yeah,
right, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, that's preposterous how he wasn't able to make that insight there. Kind of funny
the
that...
Dwarf count has been at 0 all turn.
I know, what the heck. Kind of funny that he took the swarm and it went into his face. It skirted over to the right. And... okay, goes for a Mega here.
Oh, and it just misses a kill on the bank.
Dang, 1 health. That's a
Joker
bit of a...
still has a live swarm, so once the aura clear... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say he could drag the swarm down there, but now he's treed.
Yeah. It's hard. I think it's just a little bit of a impatience when you use your Mega on prots like that. Because here's the issue. Like, he's down a full Mega Boulder, and prot comes back. Mega Boulders do not. So he's gonna have 100 prots in 15 turns again. And, you know, Joker might have 150, but Cryo's gonna have 100. So what did he get out of that Mega? Nothing.
Well, maybe his mindset was that, okay, he's kind of behind on maybe, like, prots. There's such a huge prot gap that, hey, if I can Mega Boulder in the short term, I'll kind of swing the tempo around and I'll force Cryo on the defensive. And while he's on the defensive, maybe I can build up some swarm. Just get my swarm over here, summon another one, and then maybe push the advantage. But I don't know if that's going to work out too well.
Now he snares, I believe.
Right.
Snare will be powerful.
Just eats that aura damage, yeah. And another option too, where this could work out for Joker, is if he's able to continue to go aggro, right? Oh, interesting play, draining the snare down so that it spawns far away from Cryo. Great work. But yeah, if Joker's able to go aggro, then it would be beneficial for him to use that early Mega. But as we can see, he's not. He has to retreat. He lost his tempo, and he's down a Mega now for nothing, really. we're back to turn 1. Basically like CD rotations, cooldown rotations. Essentially, it's like, all right, flight prot, summon a swarm. Okay, summon a bank. Okay,
Right.
summon another swarm.
Put a
Right?
tree on him.
Yeah, portal to the other side. Tree the portal. Okay, you know, flash to make space. Yeah, portal grab. Move away from the portal. Move the swarm in. So just kind of like,
you can counter portal
right?
over to Joker.
Yeah, and how's that?
Or you can
Another
sort of
play.
see.
Yeah.
How's that work exactly?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to explain the portal shenanigans to the viewers, Harp?
Yeah. So basically, what Crowd could have done is maybe trap the Joker with a Forest Seed, and I believe Joker just teleported recently, so he would have been kind of stuck there, and then he could have went through the portal and attacked him. Or if there's a portal and someone portal grabs you, you can go right underneath the portal and summon your own portal, and so you can push the other portal to the other side of the map. So there's two overlapping portals that kind of counteract each other.
Yep, and you kind of go through both as you enter through the portals, even though they're overlapping just a little bit because of the size of the player. Sometimes you can manage to go through just one of them, but you'll often go through both.
If I was cryo here, I'm gonna use my swarm to kill my bank and rebank while I have the chance.
That's a fine play, yeah. A slow move. He could do that right here if he wants.
Yeah, this might be his only turn.
Okay, prodding is good too.
Just as good. Yeah.
I'm wondering at this point in the game, like, what's your win con? They've both kind of not given up, but they're kind of accepting the fact that it's really hard to push.
Yeah.
And like even pushing for Joker, for example, is especially difficult because Cryo has a bank out, right? So, you know, Joker goes through a portal, hits Cryo, and then Cryo just responds with his own move and he gets some healing off of it. I guess when he's at 250, he doesn't get the healing, so there's that. Okay, nice play by Cryo to go through the portal with the swarm. And now he can shock shield up, and he's threatening to go through the portal again. So Joker has to deal with this somehow.
There's a lot of different threats. There's a swarm threat, there's a SS threat.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's a fair play.
Yeah, I think that both of these books are suffering from they have too many not losing options and not enough winning options, kind of pushing the game towards another draw.
Yeah, that's an interesting analysis. It's like they don't want to lose, so they want to have enough spells to cover for everything. But it's like, okay, well, how do I have the actual win con to win?
Right. It's a no risk, no reward type thing here.
And also, it's like, okay, you have a few different types of books that you can run. You can run like a rush book. You can run a balanced book with some, you know, maybe a mega DMB, but also like prot and flight. Or you could run like a control book, which is like heavily defensive, maybe like a dark defenses book with Pegasus and a bunch of other minions. Here they've got pretty control heavy books. Maybe you could say balanced, but it's like they have balanced books, but they're playing like they have control books. Super kind of passive, like, you know, you don't prot in a tree, and rather than flashing out when you're like trying to win.
These are. I think that you said the right word. It's passive play.
Okay, nice lucky pebble for the snares to drop down and kill the spirit.
I am envisioning a scenario like, let's say, in 15 turns, they have the same prots. I ignore their health in these situations. It's like, okay, basically it's 125 health to 95 health. You know, can I get their prot down, get them deflighted? The thing is, they've been flighted for so long. Whenever they get deflighted, they just flight back up. You know, it's not like you can get a lucky knock into the lava and they have no gate and no flight and they're fucked. They can always have that in the back pocket to be able to just gate away, and there's going to be a lot of land in the way unless they start flashing up a lot of the space out. So
And we're at the halfway mark here. Halfway through. And it seems to be even since the very beginning to me.
Right. And why is it even? I think they're just so experienced with these like rotations. It's all expected, like predictable gameplay.
Yeah.
And I think where the win comes from in the series and just in general is from unpredictable play, like maybe what's about to happen here.
You gotta have that dog in you.
And I just was hoping for something huge, but no. It was just, in fact, the draw clinching move, in my personal opinion, when he's got fucking Pegasus. So definitely control book with this shit. We gotta remember before we fall asleep that Cryo is up 1-0, right? So he could get 100 draws and then he's still match point if he gets a dub. But if Joker manages to, you know, get some unpredictable gameplay here or run an unpredictable book, catch Cryo off guard, then this becomes a whole different series.
Yeah, now if I'm Joker here, I'm gonna be flashing that draw offer.
That's a very tactical, psychological move.
Right.
I like it.
And like, okay, do you have any options here? Set up a portal? Well, you're just off cooldown with Tree. Okay, this was a slight misplay by Joker. Because he's able to come up to the peg. All he can really do is drain or summon another swarm. But the storm shield tick damage is a bit of a threat. You can't really move that easily. So
probably kill the swarm there.
Yeah, just kill the swarm, take the damage. Oh well,
that's on cooldown.
The shield expired, so could just
Cryo can centralize his swarm and then press the action with SS again.
Reshield,
and Joker has to keep in mind the amount of mud balls he has, because that's like one of the best counters to Storm Shield, but they're going to start running out soon.
He could consider a mud ball into like a mega play here if he wanted, but I feel like burning your second mega at this point is just like saying, draw me.
Yeah. To be honest, it feels like both of them are screaming draw me right now.
Well, maybe Joker would rather go for the draw, because he's down a whole game, so he might want to go for that.
No, they're definitely fighting.
Yeah, I'm wondering at this point, like, why did Cryo mix his book up and change from Flightless? Does he feel like Joker maybe figured him out a little bit, and he needs to mix things up to just catch him off guard? Or what do you think?
He felt like in the long run that maybe the Supernova book would have been able to defeat his Flightless book.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Maybe the Joker would have been able to figure out some tweaks, like maybe using Nova later, like refining his rush a bit. Yeah. Not really able to get...
Oh, that was a great micro play through the portal in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice job there. Thing is, he's just gonna run out of muds. Okay, yeah. So you could go for...
My God.
Wow! Oh,
yeah.
I did not even consider that taking him through the portal. Wow.
He's out now, though, so...
Yeah. Really sick play there. Oh, Cryo's gotta be careful.
Maybe he can use a spear here to try to hit him, and maybe that'll AoE the tree too. I'm not so sure how his spear works these days.
Yeah.
You know, I think the AoE of spear is gone now. I actually learned the other day that you can be touching your opponent and alt extend the spear, and it won't hit you back.
Yep,
Oh, wow.
You can stop the spear.
Wow, huh. I did not know that. If I'm Joker, I deflight Cryo 100%. Oh.
That was a good move. He was trying to knock him into the portal, but unfortunately it failed.
That wouldn't have done too much, though.
Yeah.
Is that the portal that goes into the fog? I don't think it is.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so... Yeah, Joker spiced this up a little bit, right? Taking the prots away. Again, though he doesn't have Mega, Cryo's gonna play super defensive, Get that bank out. Oh, and we see that he's just touching the snare. I feel like
you
it
can
has...
pebble the Pegasus into the snare. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, wow, nice play there. The reason that snare didn't take cryo is because it has to make contact with the center of the player.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought it had to be the edge.
Yeah, you saw it was like pretty much like inside cryo, but not quite far enough. Okay, he does go for the portal there, but like I said, it wasn't the one that's in the fog, and so it will do actually nothing.
But now cryo can knock him into the correct portal.
Right. He just has to
String
not
bolt.
Q.
There
Nice
we go.
play. And that's
Boom.
gonna do 38 damage. Or no, 40. I
Oh.
had 45 damage actually. I had my mouse
He
hovered over the
could
turn
counter
timer.
spear here or Forest Seed. Okay, nice.
Yep.
Try to limit the turns of Storm Shield doing damage.
Right. Oh, that's a nice tempo gainer there. Joker doesn't really have a spot where he can drain the peg safely. He has to go for a bit of a lob. Okay, interesting. He's saying, alright, I'm not going to kill that Pegasus. It's not going to do that much. I can always teleport to the right side, and the Pegasus is a dead slot. And 30
That could end
damage
up
is not
being-
much.
Right. That could end up being a loss. I don't think it will. I think that Pegasus is not really doing anything, but yeah.
That could have been an awesome opportunity to slap him with a Mega, except he's out, right? Because the tower got ticked by the fog, and dense fog again does damage equal to the turn number and double the towers.
Yeah, Cryo has all the DPS here. Black Flash or Joker can't counter Cryo's Shock Shield with Mud Ball anymore because it's either ran out or almost ran out.
Oh, great lob
And
there,
it is
though.
out of Mega Bullers. But yeah, that was a great spear.
Yeah. I still am confident in Cryo to draw this, though. Nice portal play. You don't see that often where he can stand. He's not even flighting.
Right.
And,
Joker can swarm here maybe to
Right.
kind of take him. Or Snare works. Snare works too.
Snare maybe into the fog? Oh, and he got ticked by the fog in the portal.
Oh man.
He went from 100 and what was that, 70 to 98. Shit. Oh,
He's
now
on the back
Joker.
foot now.
Wait, Joker can go back through the portal. Oh, he
Oh,
fucked
he
micro.
ran out
Damn
of
it.
time.
Damn it. Wait, just flight up. Yeah, go through. Okay, no, he's gonna wait. He's prodding
He's gonna
up.
set up a prop first.
Okay, and then what you do is you go through and you maybe just pebble. Just pressure with the pebble.
Yeah, he has 10 turns left. I think this is definitely winnable for Joker.
100%, and we know Cryo doesn't have Mud Ball. At least he hasn't revealed it. Has he? Because he's got Shock Bomb.
I
don't
haven't
think
seen
so.
him use Mud.
Yeah.
Does he
Let's go-
just pebble here, or?
I might, yeah.
Mm,
I don't like that play.
yeah, I don't either.
I guess, can it fit? It can fit through the top of that tree, you see?
He probably doesn't want it to fit just yet. He might want to present the threat of Swarm in case he
Yeah.
wants to like start pebble spamming.
Yeah. Then it's kind of tricky. Does he flash? Does he drain the bank here? Okay, this is fair. Yeah. The tree drops, which I didn't quite foresee there. So nice play.
Does fit above, but
yeah.
there's not.
And he has to keep the swarm out of the lava. Okay. Finds the angle for the
Yeah.
double drain, so maybe that wasn't the best play to scoot down and allow that.
Yeah, this is looking
Yeah.
more drawable now. Very drawable.
Yeah, dang it. Yeah, Joker knows it at this point, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, maybe you should have went for the pebble instead of the swarm, possibly. Just like, hey,
Yeah.
open up the land. You can't mudball me. What are you gonna do? Tower?
yeah, I like the pebble option. Or hell, he could just flash, right? Okay, 5 seconds, you got a speed.
Yes.
What do you... What? Did he get... He had 4 seconds. He could have gone down there, but maybe panicked slightly. Yeah, that peg
Is this
will...
the second or third draw? If it draws.
Second draw, I believe.
It would be the third draw. This is game 4.
Third? Okay.
Wait. Yeah.
They're blending together.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This is the third. They already had 2. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if Joker could have pressed the action with pebbles and then wait till he gets his spear cooldown, then maybe he could have finished cryo off.
Yeah, you know it's a really defensive book when Cryo's got Bank and Flight and Prot.
And even
And
Flashing Open.
Tree and Pegasus. And...
And Pegasus, Jesus, yeah. It's like, are you trying to win? It's like a different type of win con. Through chip damage, he's just relying on his Swarm and his Shock Shield.
Yeah.
To win.
It's a not lose book, as I like to call it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good way of putting it. And Cryo with the Pebble down there, because he knows my space is tragically limited. He's got nothing. And oh, was that a Q?
Yeah.
Looks that
It
way.
could have. I don't even. Oh.
And ooh, that's gonna hurt. 58 damage.
Now I'm not
He
sure.
needs to go to Aura and Tower. Oh, he needed to jump into the Aura.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Nah, he's still fine. Crowd's got to unleash some serious speed here, and then Joker can just Q in the water. So.
Maybe
he could do that.
Cryo could have summoned a portal to get closer.
Yeah. Ooh, 115 looks. That looks kind of suspect. Like, oh shit. Yeah, you can't kill him with 115, can he?
He's trying.
He's gonna
got
try.
the Mega.
Go, go, go.
Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't have Mega. That's right.
Yeah.
We got one BM draw offer.
He probably should have went for the risky shock bomb. If it's like,
right.
Oh, it didn't matter.
Right, because he can just he can do any move and then it's just a draw. So we kind of see both of these players stabilize a bit, right, after Cryo's win. And curious if they're gonna change their strategy up at all.
They must, right? I mean,
yeah,
both of them must.
I don't know. I feel like they might want to push it out for another draw or two before they switch it up. But we'll see. My guess is Cryo sticks with Flight. For some reason, I feel like he would.
Huh.
Part of it is also that you have to remember that Joker's down a game, so that's definitely like gotten into the minds of the players. You recently saw Cryo take a very defensive book, for example, with Pegasus and whatnot, and you know that's just playing to not lose your advantage, but not really close the series out. Joker, on the other hand, I feel like actually has sort of pressed the issue in terms of trying to get back in the series, actually. As you saw with the Supernova book, for example. But it just hasn't happened for him yet. So we'll see if this trend continues or if the players' books change in a way that might alter the series.
Yeah, and Cryo's someone who is really good at exploiting, like figuring out the general strategy of like his opponent's spellbook, like he did with the Nova, and kind of exploiting its weaknesses. Like he knew, for example, to rush against that Nova book, and was able to clinch a draw, I believe, in that one.
We got a costume change from Cryo back to his iconic costume.
Yep, his iconic sweaty.
He's trying to have a change of mentality. Change of costumes, everything. It's all about the drip.
Oh, yeah.
This is a decisive game for sure, 100%. Now, does he run flightless or flighted? We can find out in the next few turns. Most people go with flight first if they have it for a bank, but we've seen him run flight prot and bank, so we don't know yet. If they both have flight prot, this could be another draw. Hey, this is a clue that Crowd doesn't have it. And
maybe he's going back to his original OG book.
Yeah, he wants to take center control of the map.
You know, he just put on his OG outfit, so.
Yep. That's
OG
an-
outfit, OG book.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
an annoying tree. Quite an annoying tree. I wonder here in these situations, like, is it worth gating to the center as he gates to the center? Is that worth it? What do you guys think?
Definitely.
What else is he gonna do? Yeah, it seemed like he didn't have much of another move. Maybe he could have tried to summon a swarm, but no, trying to get center control is probably the best deal. Then he can like tower in the center possibly, and then push from there.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
it's like, how do you kill the tree, right? Because he doesn't have flash, he can't go around it. He would just have water ball.
It seems like Joker is playing how Cryo wants him to now.
Yeah, although
He blocks a sanctuary though. That's a key part.
Yeah,
But now he gets some kind of central control with the snare for zoning.
Maybe Joker can go for an out damage strat if he had clock here. That would have been an option. Run away far enough away from the swarms to go for a clock. He wants to zone Cryo out of that area first. He can go back through the portal and pebble his sanctuary, and then ask Cryo questions. What are you gonna do now, bud? You gotta respond. Unfortunately, he can't stay in the portal and have a pebble angle. Just doesn't quite work. Out. There's no angle there.
Maybe he wants to start chipping down that blood bank with a swarm. Like, okay, summon the swarm, and then go from there. But hey, zoning cryo is also pretty good, so that swarm doesn't go through the portal.
Right, and if I'm Cryo, I've seen Goal use this in games against me and just games in general when he was using DX's book, which is, for you guys who don't know, basically a flightless book with Phantom. He would bring out Bank early, bring out Swarms early, stack Protection Shields early, and basically pressure flighted users with, or even flightless users with Phantom, you know, phase through the whole middle pillar of the map, and then hit them with that air surge, and then basically that's going to whittle down prots of the opponent. Meanwhile, DX and Goal themselves are building up their prot advantage. So what they like to do in this position is water ball down. Cryo could start doing that, get an access point to go through the portal maybe, or just, you know, be able to ask Joker some questions of his own.
It's also important to note that because of the formatting of this tournament, where they can just indefinitely draw against each other right now, there's very much an endurance test going on where, you know, whoever has more patience and time here can really push their opponent to lose without even lifting a finger, really.
Go for a forward grab. Pretty strong.
Nice, and he went into the snare as well. Yeah, that was Cryo, right? Yep, I got confused for a second. There was a lot going on. But yeah, it's also important to note, you guys may not know, it's literally the middle of the night for Cryo. So he may be getting tired soon, although he is used to these kind of fucked up schedules.
And Joker's also used to these DRS tests when he had to face off against pros with a 8-match game.
Yeah, 17 draws. No, not literally, but yeah, 7 draws I think it was. Or no, 7 matches? I don't know. Lots of draws.
We love the draws, don't we?
Yeah, for some reason I'm thinking it was 7. Maybe it was 7 games or 7 draws, but it was a lot. Just go for a pebble here if he wants. Don't know if Sanctuary's back up. That move is okay, because I guess, let's say if Sanctuary was back up, Cryo would have to de-tower, and so what's the point of pebbling? You just get a bank out, and now he can pebble. Nice, that's an interesting line. I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have just pebbled and probably lost. Nice into the aura too, yep. Here, if I'm Cryo, I don't know if he's mixed up his book at all. It sounds like he hasn't. Has to go for snare here. I was thinking of snowball, but in fact that interaction has been quite nerfed. You don't gain any healing from snowball bank
Brought
anymore.
the pine cone.
Oh, and that's huge because cryo doesn't have a bank out, so now he has to go super defensive. So this is Joker in the driver's seat here, ladies and gentlemen. Go Joker, we want the competitive match. Okay, Joker, move all the way in there, slap him with a Mega Boulder. Man, you gotta take advantage of those opportunities to hit him with some spell. Any spell.
Yeah.
I suspect he doesn't even have a Mega Boulder, personally.
Then just go in there, in
yeah.
there and pinecone him. Like, do something.
There was another opportunity earlier in the game where he could have Mega'd Cryo as well. That was very nice, and maybe wouldn't have used it, but in this case he likely would have, so it tells a lot.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, he got tricked. He forgot.
And now Joker can do a portal grab of his own, or just a portal in general, to get closer, or kill the swarm first and then prepare the portal.
Yeah. But yeah, my point stands. Like, any aggro spell would have been good there. Just, I don't think he trusts his micro quite as much as someone like Cryo might. So he chose to go for a more passive play. But you just got to capitalize on those opportunities. Note here, if he prots, he can go through as that aura. You prot first, and then you can go through an aura. If it was cast before. Say Cryo cast the aura now, then Joker wouldn't be able to go through it.
And he gets not double, but a little bit additional HP from draining the man trap because he has his blood bank out.
That was a not waste of a turn, but I don't know, maybe it was.
I think he should have pebbled down and just given himself more avenues through the map.
Yeah, maybe be able to go to the bottom of the map, open up a space there. I was thinking go into the... Oh, he has Water Ball this whole time. Yeah, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
He could have used that. That's one option that he could have done when Cryo was at 150 and he summoned the bank. Just go in there, get a decent angle, get a 40 damage Water Ball, and he's at 110, right? So, missed opportunity there. But now Cryo's got to drain up, potentially. Okay.
It seems like Joker's fighting spirit is back
For sure.
from last game.
He could go through the portal here if he wants, make some plays. But again, a little bit more defensive-minded. He's not quite thinking in that offensive approach, and he Qs.
Got a Q.
So, maybe fatigue there a little bit? I'm not sure exactly. But
It was probably just from a lack of options.
yeah, I mean, one option would be to go through that portal and kill the swarm. But he was stuck.
So with that double portal stack, if he touches the top portal, I believe that's the one that sends him to the left, and the bottom, it's kind of really hard to tell, but...
Where is the fourth portal? So I see one in the middle.
Yeah, I was okay.
Oh, they're stacked
So
on
he has
top
to-
of each other.
Yeah, he has to head in from the very top of the portal to enter the right side.
Gotcha. But even if he ends up on the bottom, in the lava, he can move out of it. Like, honestly. It's not a big deal. Intense, you'd be surprised. You can move so much. You can make up so much ground. Nice. Hit him with some pine cone.
He should
Off
not
the map.
stay there, though. He's going to end in the lava.
Oh, no, yeah, he's going to end up in the lava.
Well, it's still early in the game, so the lava doesn't do too much chip damage.
Actually, he won't take any damage. Or he already did.
Let's
But now he'll just come back.
Yeah, he took damage when he came back.
He can just move to the side, to the right. Or he can stay in the portal.
Yeah, that was weird. I feel like he just took damage from that.
Yeah, bit of a
take more
gamble.
when he comes back.
Yeah, a bit of a gamble. He's saying, I'm just going to try and outpace the damage.
He can go all the way to the right and just drain the swarm, but he's going for the full offense.
What the hell is he doing?
I guess he wants to hit cryo while he has no towers, but the swarm of the bank are out, so he's just getting chipped little by little.
He's waiting for an opportunity to throw some heavy spell. Like a Mega here would be interesting,
Yeah,
but we're thinking that
playing like
maybe
he
he
has
doesn't
it.
have it. If he's
Huh.
playing like that, like he has it, so why stay in
Yeah.
the portal for 4 turns and then
That was
decide,
weird.
oh, I'm gonna run away?
Yeah,
If
if
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
stay
press
in,
the offense with
yeah,
Pebble spam and you're getting chipped, then you might as well be going for the full-on rush. You should be
You-
following up with a Mega Boulder.
yeah, you gotta beat his ass. Like if you're doing all this, kind of risky shit,
Right.
you gotta go for him. But he doesn't even have Mega. Mega would have been great there. Oh, imagine a double swarm kill. If that's even possible.
Yeah, I don't know
Even
if
if he
it
got
was.
5 more damage on the swarm, he could have brought his other swarm over there to finish it off.
Right.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
should bring
cryo's
his other form
stabilizing.
over. There we go.
Yeah. Portal grab you could consider here, but then cryo sinks it off.
This is not bad.
No, that's interesting. Like cryo had 2 swarms just 2 turns ago, and now Joker has 2 swarms. Wild how that switches up.
Joker could move his swarms into safety, and then afterwards portal grab, but this might be difficult with limited time.
Yeah, he ran out.
Yeah, maybe tick the bank, and then threaten another swarm tick soon. But cryo could always sank that off as well. He's just gonna force Joker to move with the swarm just a little bit more, right?
Now here he can just pebble cryo though through the portal.
I don't think
maybe
he'll
doesn't
de-tower, but he'll
de-tower.
definitely do a decent amount of damage to the tower.
Yeah.
He also has a
Right.
swarm to help finish
Yeah.
the job.
Yeah, but does he have anything to capitalize? And here cryo's gonna de-tower and get an angle for a Mega maybe? Or maybe he's
No, the Mega's not there if he doesn't de-tower.
Oh, he's not gonna de-tower there. Okay, he just goes for the slow play. We're seeing these players playing a bit passive.
What I would like to see from one of them is bringing BFTP, because each player have been in positions that BFTP could have heavily capitalized on, followed by like a Mega Boulder.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right. It's interesting that we don't see Phantom from either of them too, because we know that Phantom has been such a staple of a lot of plays. Okay, interesting move by Joker here to go for the D-Flight. If he doesn't D-Flight, makes it kind of tricky to do the micro.
I would just, if I was cryo, I'm just draining him right back down there now.
Yeah, he can be drained into the portal, so that's rough.
Yeah.
He maybe had to stay flighted, honestly.
I don't know why Joker made that trade when there was a swarm, when there's a risky portal, when there's a blood bank.
Right.
It's not the time to push.
Yeah. But he's being put in a pretty difficult spot, doesn't have a lot of space. He might have to end up teleporting soon. But then cryo can push pretty easily with just one water ball. Or even Sanctuary to clear a lot of that land where Joker is, by that tree.
Yeah, he needed a swarm to just stop the bleeding. He could take this initial damage right now, but he needed to stop that continuous chip damage from the swarm. And present his own threat.
He had the opportunity to sink cryo there too, if he really went for it.
Oh yeah, a tricky flash there.
Or even drain would have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a difficult position for Joker now, because cryo can just continue to push Pebble.
Yeah. Even Spear here.
Spear I would save, because it does a lot more damage when he's de-towered.
You're right, yeah.
And now
here's another drain. Drain sink.
Yeah. That probably doesn't work though. He's got to go for flash. And now Joker may make the mistake of going aggro if he's kind of accepted that this is going to be a tough game. But no, he decides to tree.
That's a pretty good move. Threaten the double drain.
Right. Sometimes after a blunder, you know, you can typically end up a little dejected. Maybe you're thinking, oh man, I just gotta, you know, throw caution to the wind and go for a crazy play even though I'm down 70 health. But Joker's not quite at that point yet. That water ball was to free him. It did okay. It didn't do too much damage. Didn't compromise his positioning that much. And I'm wondering, what turn are we at? 43. This is drawable. Throw a drain there, Joker. Maybe
Safe place to go for the swarm, yeah.
Get some health.
Because cryo is starting to chip damage Joker's blood bank, and so Joker's just gonna do the same to cryo.
Yeah. Yeah, you chip the bank, and I don't know if he can, like, deflight and prot. Cryo's micro is just so good, he'd find a way to go up there and slap him with a spear, right? Jump on that little pixel, and oh, nice play. Although killed his own bank, but, you know, somewhat negligible. Okay, he's gonna get detowered soon from aura tick damage, so he's got to be a little careful of that. But yeah, at the same time, if I'm Joker, I am in a difficult spot here. You gotta be careful, because, I don't know, does this detower him? He's getting close.
Yeah.
He's gotta have that in the
Just
back of
a
his
tower.
mind.
Yeah.
He has Mac Air too, right? He used it earlier. So 2 towers. Now that tower that he did, it's worth noting, got rid of that pixel that he would have been able to use to jump up and have a little bit more mobility. So instead he just has to stay there, which is great for Joker. And this is looking more and more like a draw. Great move to free the swarm.
That's good now. Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe tree cryo, say, okay, you can take me with the swarm, I'll just kill it next turn. And how are you going to push me? And your swarm's now on cooldown. Maybe that would have been better.
Joker might aura stack. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice aura stack there. Now if cryo somehow pushes, which is kind of hard to do, where can Joker teleport if needed?
Yeah, because that area to the top right of cryo, I believe, is going to be safe from the armor.
Yeah, right. So fusion here is good. Another option would have been to drain the tree. Does Joker have drain though? I'm trying to think if he used it in the past. It's hard to keep track of all the spells.
The javelins are coming out, boys. I think that might mean this is a draw.
Maybe so. Yeah. Oh, I don't necessarily like that move.
You can just tank the aura. You can't just fusion, prot, flash down.
Right. What's a good play here? Yeah, honestly, we're seeing this strategy again. You just prot in your aura and say, 50 is greater than 15. I'll take the tick damage. It'll help me out a little bit. Oh, imagine some super speed able to... He can't quite get on the right side of cryo. If he was able to, then he could pebble him into the lava. That's a very risky move. I don't
There's
hate
a
it.
possible drain angle where he goes in between those specks of land and down into the lava.
Yeah, I bet that he would just drop onto the speck to his left, but I'm looking for a potential flash play in the future through the portal, but the angle is wrong at this point. But just so you guys kind of watch for that, because I used it in a couple of my tournament matches. The flashes were the great successes, although the games overall were
great
not.
volleyball.
And ooh,
Now that's critical.
that's gonna hurt. Okay, not terrible. Maybe he can.
Cryo still has
Prop?
5 turns.
5 turns only. That's not a lot. Because he's guaranteeing a double drain here, basically. Is he? I would go hug. I would hug Cryo, and the tree's dead. So, oh, what does he have? Mud? Can he just trap him with the swarm? Okay, bank instead.
There's angle where you can pebble through the crack of the blood bank.
Oh yeah, does that fit?
I think so.
That might really hurt if he can get it right. Oh!
Oh my god.
Wait, 57. That's gonna bring him down to 21.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, he.
Wait, Telly. You got a Telly.
Ooh.
Clock
wait.
tower.
Oh wait, there's another pebble. You just pebble again.
Yeah,
Hug-
Cryo can pebble from right there.
Hug the tree. Oh!
Oh,
No, it's a draw now! Oh shit. Wait, you just reposition
That was
the
it
bank.
right there.
Reposition the bank, please, God. Please do
That
it.
was Cryo's chance.
Alright, just prot in the tower if you have it back. Do something, yeah, okay.
maybe a water ball from a Cryo will be good here.
Right.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's it now.
Okay, listen. Listen, guys. You D-tower, go into the lava, jump into the portal, jump off the map, and Q for the win.
Oh,
Or for the draw.
that's a brilliant play.
Does he die from 2 turns of queuing at that health? 21? Maybe not.
No. He can water ball here.
He can
He's
go
solid.
for a wild mega. Yep.
Oh!
Oh, almost. Almost. Wait, but he'll have prot here. Wait, move the swarm.
Okay. Last chance. It's Cryo's last chance.
Does he have another Mac Air? Just tower. Does
Mega Boulder could kill.
Yeah.
Mega Bullet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was the last turn. Yeah, man.
See.
This is quite an interesting series. I know we're having a lot of draws, but it still is, like, quite entertaining. It's not the draws where it's just like, oh my god, can we
Right,
just
they're really
end
both looking for
the
a win.
match? Right, they're really fighting.
Yeah,
So,
4 draws in a row. This is definitely where the stamina is gonna kick in terms of the series. Who will slip up because of lower stamina first? It's gonna be really interesting to see.
yep, along with our stamina.
Of course.
So, if I'm Joker here, I'm perfectly content with drawing until it's 7 a.m. for Cryo and he hasn't slept all day, and so he says, you know what, we're gonna have to reschedule these games.
I believe that Cryo actually is normally awake at night for his time. I believe he has like a night shift job, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no,
But-
you're right, but I still think staying up all night is quite
It's quite
Quite
brutal,
ridiculous.
yeah.
quite ridiculous for anyone. But of course,
Joker, on the other hand, he's in Pacific time, so the only thing
Bro's
maybe
chillin'.
he could be worried about is just, not having eaten dinner, maybe. That's
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, any predictions on who's gonna bring what book for the next game?
You know, I think that Joker. There's a chance Joker brings back that Nova book, but it seems like they're kind of settling into their books instead of branching out more and more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Joker is in a position where, all of these games are elimination games for him, and oh, I got word that they are starting.
Here we go. What do we got? No Nova book, but we'll see.
Mixed book again. Man, these guys are just so solid. Cryo is just so solid. After that win, like, he's perfectly content with draws. At the same time, my theory could be true too. It's like Joker just draw until Cryo literally can't keep his eyes open. But yeah, they may have just brought the same books again. I'm thinking about some sort of, you know, super like new interesting book, like a Lich mix. I've tested that out a couple times on this map just in practice, and it can be quite interesting, but also quite drawish.
I think the issue is that Lich might be checked a little bit by Cryo Sanctuary and possible Aura.
True.
Right. Yeah, and swarms will kind of cancel each other out as well.
What I want to see from Cryo or Joker is to not kill the swarms directly, but is to do what Cryo just did, is to play the trapping game. Okay, I'm not going to do the swarm Aura battle. I'm just going to trap the swarms,
Right.
and then kind of nullify the minion slot.
Yeah, Sanctuary here, which is great.
We do see a new outfit from Cryo here. It's important. I'm pretty sure this is a Dark Souls reference here. Pretty powerful stuff.
Oh, which Dark Souls reference?
You know, I think it's a Dark Souls 2 character, or it's the guy in the Millicent questline in Elden Ring. We're getting sidetracked, though.
I've only played 1 and 3.
Oh, he almost got the water ball sink there, but unfortunately also didn't kill the egg. Ooh, Joker almost queued.
And that was a great pebble shot there, too.
They have to be very mindful of their positioning, and we're past turn 4, so big hitter spells could come into play. If I'm Joker, I don't want to engage here. Unless I've got Mud Ball or some trapping. Yeah.
What I would have wanted a Joker to do is to move the swarm to the right side and then gradually ladder the swarm up to start attacking the bank. And then you get the tempo and then start going on the offense.
Right, and now it's like whenever one player gets a slight edge or slips up, or like right here, Joker can just teleport up. Like,
exactly, yeah.
They don't need to do fuck all. Right, and here it is. It's like so predictable with the books that they're running now. And the issue for Cryo is he's got to teleport up in response, otherwise he's going to take ages to...
Right.
Yeah, just leave me to commentate. I'll just predict this whole game.
You'll take over from here.
Yeah. And now he's just going to go for another mud ball and burn his muds.
I actually will be right back then.
Yeah, no worries. Sounds good. I'm just going to devolve from commentary to just naming all the spells that they're going to do.
Forest Seed.
Yeah, well, he's got no tower, so he had to tree there. Although I don't know why he treed that way. There's no Mega Boulder angle, of course, so... Yeah, fair play by Joker. Get the top ground. He's got Flight Prot, right? Yeah, that was sanked off early, so... Flight Prot, you got a bunch of space. Cryo's stuck. Pebble down. If you're Koei here, you're Megaing that. And winning the game.
Yeah, you're hoping the Mega wouldn't bounce back and just fuck your shit up. Or just be waste.
Right. Very tricky Mega. Possibly. Or it works pretty well if you softly lob it. I think it barely doesn't work. It's hard. It might fit. It probably fits, but it's tricky. Here I like to punish these swarm summons, if possible, but here Cryo summons it in a position where it's very hard to punish. That tree is nice, keeping the opportunity to pebble down available for him. And Cryo is in a bit of a difficult spot. Maybe he has to burn one of his towers. Yeah, not Sanctuary, which is smart, because he can save that for a prot removal.
Yeah, you need that for the prot removal. If you use Sanctuary just casually, then Joker can go on the offense and be up in the tempo because he has the 50 prot, so he can pressure more.
Yeah, what's your plan for Joker if you had like a few free moves? What would you want to do?
If he has Snare, maybe use Snare, get a Swarm out, maybe if he has Portal the other side, prot up.
Yeah, no, I like your Portal play. Because... Now, why is he staying... I'm not a huge fan of that.
He's trying to stay away from possible snares and water balls, maybe.
Honestly, teleporting might have been a fine play as well. You kind of have to...
He can do a pebble, kill the swarm, and pebble down a cryo. But then, oh, that's probably a better play. Because he didn't want to get Sanctuary in return.
Yeah, it's just so tricky. Like, you have to always consider that he's got his bank out. So when you push...
But I think the bank can be counteracted by the swarm. Okay, you heal, but I counter that heal with my chip damage from the swarm.
Yeah, that's fair. As long as he can execute that micro pretty well. Here says, I'm late. And Vowel says, OMG, Scoops, big fan. Yes, Scoops, that's his inaugural commentary debut. Very happy to have Scoops. And
thank you.
Done a fantastic job up to this point. I knew that he was back, and so I started being really positive. Of course, you guys heard all the shit that I was talking when he was AFK.
Yeah, Scoops is a piece of shit.
But don't tell him.
Yeah.
Don't tell him. Oh, he's back, you idiot.
Yeah, sorry, I just had a quick banana bread break, you know.
Oh, damn. Can you send me some? Hungry as fuck.
Yeah, what's your address? Just tell me really quick, though.
Alright, no doxing, please. It's, no.
111 Arcanist Lane.
Yeah, Cryo really botched
I freaking
this.
wish, dude.
He needed to teleport, I think, on the right side earlier when his bank was out. And now he's in not a completely losing situation, but because honestly, Joker's at 163. That's pretty low. So is 116. You know, if he can get out of the tower. Oh, can he fit through there?
Yeah, I don't know if he can. He maybe can.
I think he can squeeze
No.
through there. Yeah.
My guess is no. I'll bet you a slice of banana bread that you
Oh,
can't.
Scoops is a noob, so I'm pretty sure he can fit through there. Just Pebble. Pebble and Prey.
I guess we'll never
Okay.
know.
Prot first. Fair.
Yep, since he just uses Sanctuary, now he can flight and prot.
Yeah.
Cryo
Very,
probably wants
very
to
smart.
swarm here.
yeah, the Val would have pebbled there and lost immediately. So, some important things to note is that, by some I mean one, is that he can't exit, because if he exits, he's just going to go straight into the sink.
Oh,
And, oh no.
Oh no.
That might be
happening?
That might be series point. Fatigue. Spear.
yeah, that was a bad cue right
Mega.
there. Terrible
That's
mega though,
tough.
so.
Yeah, I mean it was okay. 60 damage ish.
And notice that the aura chip damaged Joker, and so he's gradually getting a little bit more HP with the bank. And so it might look like that Joker was up initially, but now Cryo could be kind of winning back the trade.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and honestly, they're even in health now, so you know it's not like Joker's losing now. But he's squandered his advantage. He could go for a pebble here. It does reach. Oh, that's okay. He's saying, okay, if you detower me, I just gate to the side and get a bank out. And we're okay. Okay, so gate to the side. Do not, for the love of God, pebble in response and allow a second mega.
Yeah.
Why is he thinking? Okay, phew. Alright. That would have been sad if it ended like that. The only sadder ending that I can envision right now is a player, I don't know if you guys are familiar, Harpocrates.
Oh my god.
He actually ended up playing Joker, and in the penultimate turn, he queued, leading to a win in the following turn for Joker.
Oh,
Yep. And he had his tower on cooldown too.
that's just terrible.
Second game, I lose to a Mega Boulder into the lava at like full HP. And then the game after that, I lose to a Q, D-Tower, when it was like turn 55. Yep, such a great performance.
Oh, that's so bad for Joker, because he's going to go back through the fog and drop into the snare on the
Oh,
following turn. Fuck.
Yep, all Cryo has to do is tower here.
Fuck, dude. Oh, no. That's a fine play as well, because he can go back through the portal. Oh wait, what turn is it? 29? I guess he had enough prots. I thought he was lower on prot for some reason, but it's still quite difficult for Joker here.
I think what this tournament game is missing right now is the song "Duel of the Fates" playing in the background.
Right.
That always makes any battle like just so much more epic.
Yeah.
What this tournament game is missing right now is a 10-hour mega compilation loop of the song Baby Shark.
Oh. Please don't make a video out of that.
Oh no, Cryo's stuck. He has to long jump away, and he has no angle for a play. He has to tower. Not ideal.
And now the swarm can come back up, help do some chip damage.
There's no angle, so he just dangle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. Oh, is he really going for a pebble here? All in, baby! 101! Cryo's got to go for a mud, potentially? Right? Very insightful comment I'm reading.
What he can do is he can use a swarm on cryo, and then he can just teleport to the center map with a huge circle.
Right. Cryo, I'm thinking if he has drain or not in this particular book. I think he does, so he's going to go for a drain here.
That's definitely the safest approach.
Yeah, but the tree's healthy enough.
He can counteract with another double drain.
But don't hit the... Yeah, I was going to say the tree's healthy enough that you can actually get a double drain off. And ooh, he takes him into the swarm. That's a fantastic trade for Joker there. Mega here is a bit risky because the first little iteration or bounce of Boulder won't hit Joker. It's hard to lob and, you know, hit all 4 points of that Mega.
So he's got the right cycle here. You know, that there's an interesting interplay between a Sank book and a Flight Protect book where if you've got the right cooldown cycle, you have the advantage, right? So if he Flight Protects after he Sanks every time, he's got it, and if Cryo is Sanking every time he flights, then he's got the advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, and I love this
so
play.
Proper cooldowns.
Very insightful. Just a note here is that you got to know, like, when do you ignore swarms and when do you kill swarms? And one spot where you're going to ignore the swarm is, well, look, he's up 193, including his prot, to 112. Up 80 health. That's solid enough. You know, ignore the swarm, get a pebble off.
What I would have done was not do the prot play and let his swarm get tempo killed by that swarm. I would just flight it for a better angle and pebble the sanctuary, because now it's possible that Joker might get gradually chipped. Because he's stuck in the mud.
And he can't tower because he's going to get detowered by the fog. So he actually has to retreat here and allow Cryo's swarm to come back through the portal. Okay, he's waiting one turn, which is smart.
This situation right here is also a great example of why Blast from the Past would be a very important spell in this tournament.
Yeah.
It's just, so many unexpected scenarios with BFTP that you just don't think about. And then once you pop it out, it's like, oh shit, now I'm in a really bad spot.
So how do you think he could have used Blast from the Past there?
Well, he could Blast from the Past and then destroy the swarm, and because he BFTP'd the next turn, he'll be able to BFTP again and escape with tempo.
Right. Yeah, a bit of a
and
slow play.
And it also pinches you down, away from the fog.
Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of risk of that not working, with 2 BFTPs not quite being able to free him.
That's true.
But nice portal grab play by Cryo to gain some tempo here. We're getting to the end, leaning toward a... Shit, what is this, 5th draw?
I think, 5th draw here.
The issue with Dragon here is I don't know if it does much, actually. Maybe it controls or zones one side of the map, but I don't know.
But, I mean, Cryo just auras it on cooldown. This reminds me of an interesting play that you can use with Dragon Egg is bring it in a book where you're just trying to stall and stall and stall, and bring Sanctuary, and then when the opponent auras, you just sank off the aura, and your egg continues to gain health. And eventually you can get it to 150 health, get a dragon. Not a baby dragon, but like an actual, flame dragon or storm dragon.
I think the issue is that Joker doesn't have the proper tools to support a baby dragon book. He doesn't have Wormhole. He doesn't have Sanctuary.
Right. So, if we're thinking about maybe a different spell that he could take instead, what might it be?
Probably just remove the baby dragon and maybe add some additional offense, like a water ball or something. Water ball would have been nice while he was stuck in the mud.
Yeah, for sure. Pebble into the aura is questionable whether that's good,
I think
right?
he's just worried about a counter Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mega Boulder.
Oh,
I
that
think
was a
he should have
risky play
done that
there.
last turn instead of Mud Ball.
Oh, but he botches the micro a little bit. 3, 2, 1. He's got to go for a spear. Yeah,
Perfect spear.
nice play there.
Money shot.
So Joker has, if he has tree off cooldown, which I think he does, go for a tree. Yeah, you gotta stall. Cryo likes to counter gate in these situations. If he doesn't, then it's a free double drain and we're headed to another draw.
There we go.
Imagine flash, flight,
Flash God.
and you just like basically
Or
the way you aim it. Oh, he's about to Q. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not the right.
I was
game.
about to explain how you would aim it, but one way you could do it is you aim pretty close to Cryo, and basically you just aim straight directly into his face, and he just scoots like horizontally directly off the map. That was a great match for both of them.
And I really thought that Joker there could have drained Cryo into the portal, which then he would have taken fog damage as well.
Right.
And then he could have just risked maybe like Mega Boulder and try to survive it.
Right.
Dang.
Had Mudball, any Mudballs left there to maybe one? Maybe he was out. It's possible. Again, don't have a notepad, but yeah, really great series between these two, and we'll see if Cryo maybe wants to come in for a interview at 7 a.m.
Yeah, it looks
Joker
like he
played
said
excellently,
yes. I could ask Joker, but it looks
Seems
like,
like
he left.
Joker's out of Joker's out of here, which is fine. What a series that was, guys. I feel like throughout the course of it, we kind of saw like a whole narrative building. Like Joker got stronger. He was becoming like Super Saiyan as the series got on. He really refined his movements there, but just took a couple risks at the end that didn't quite pan out. But definitely after that first game, I feel like he got better every game as the match went on, which was
it was a timing thing too. He was getting better. He was getting attuned to Cryo's playstyle, and at the same time, the fatigue was setting in. I think that's why he lost that game in the end.
Joining us for the interview now is Cryo. Welcome in, and congratulations on getting to the finals.
Yeah, what's up?
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. You guys.
Yeah, you're good.
We
We
hear
can't
ya.
hear you at all. Just kidding. We can.
So it should be. Oh man, that was exhausting. That was exhausting. I honestly thought. Yeah, I'll let you ask your questions then.
Oh, I was just trolling with this question, but what time is it for you, so you can let the world
Yeah,
know?
it's 4:10 in the morning, man. But this is
Jesus.
4:10 a.m., baby.
Yeah, nearly at 4:20,
God.
man. 10 more minutes.
Yeah, should have
Very
spelled
well
out
played,
that game
dude.
a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Those games felt really like scrappy. I don't know. I don't know. I felt like we were both sort of breaking down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of turned into a turn by turn, sort of making up as we went along type of game.
Yeah. So, question for you. I noticed.
Before
yeah, go ahead.
before we go ahead and ask some questions, I'd just like to mention that if any of the viewers have any questions in either the Twitch, YouTube chat, or even in the in-game lobby and in Arcanists that we can see right now, feel free to ask them, and I could refer them to Cryo. Go ahead, Coevo.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, I noticed you were really good at, like, capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes, and being able to just, like, apply pressure throughout the entire match. Even though there were several draws, there were still moments where we felt like you had some good momentum. So, like, how are you able to kind of get to that point where you're just so adept at being able to pressure Joker?
No, I don't feel like I was at that point. I felt like I was letting him off the hook more than I should have been quite a few times, really. But I know what you're saying. I think it's just whenever you're playing like a fightless book, obviously you can't stack parts. So, like, time spent not attacking the opponent only benefits the opponent.
Right.
So with a book like that, you want to always be, undoing their defensive gameplay. Yeah.
Okay, dude, I gotta ask, how was that flash? Like, what was going through your mind?
Man, that fucking shook me, man. Like, I don't even know. I didn't even, no, that's snare fix. I didn't even spot that until like the last 2 seconds of the turn.
Yep, it was extremely
it was
clutch of you
scary.
to get that.
I was just looking at the screen, just like, what do I do, man? What do I do? I had gate down. I was in the fog. I can't remember if I had a tower, but it would have just got instantly detailed anyway. So, yeah, man. Like, I wonder if like a better player there might have just jumped into the ocean straight away, but because I kind of panicked and like dwelt on it for a second, I spotted that snare line. So
my instinct was water ball down, maybe kill him and drop yourself down out.
Yeah.
But snare was the best play.
Yeah, I'm remembering now. He was on like 27.5, wasn't he? So water ball was probably an option. Yeah. Yeah, man, that was like I didn't see that coming at all. That was very well played by him.
Did you feel like at any point, or at what point did you feel like there was like a turning point of the match? You know, there were a bunch of draws, and you obviously got the first game, but it felt like, from my perspective, and maybe other commentators felt this way too, like I was just saying, Joker progressively every game, like he got quite a bit better, and near the end there, he was playing quite well, putting some pressure on you himself. So, did you feel like? Where was the turning point there?
He was like, I don't know, man. Like he had a plan to deal with my book. Obviously, like toteling out the map and destroying the land. Because I don't have fights, so when there's like a big rift in the map, I'm just like at a loss for options. And I've not really played against anyone yet that seemed to have like an actual like macro type plan to just like strip away what my book can do. So I was a little bit unnerved by that, which is obviously why I ended up switching books. I didn't actually expect to win that game when I switched books. I just wanted to like, throw a wrench in his like counter booking and try and confuse him a bit.
Yeah. And over here, we were thinking that you booked after he used that Nova setup because we suspected that Nova book was the counter to your flightless mix.
I'd rather play into the Nova book than I would into the the Flight Mecha totem book, to be honest. I mean, obviously, gotta use that Nova book. Like that matchup felt pretty good for me. Though, funnily enough, in the Nova game, I think I dropped Portal for Whisper Bomb, and that was the one change I did. But like, that was like a matchup that I desperately needed Portal in. So it was like, I was just like, oh, come on. Of course, he's it was a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
I got another question for you. I guess you're playing in the middle of the night. I was going to ask you what you have for breakfast, but at that point, I mean...
Well, man, funnily enough, I had for supper a late night drive-through burger. Shout out to DX. Yeah, man, I'm like shit at the moment. Yeah.
Speaking of DX, how do you see your matchup going with him? Whether it's like in a few days, like what's
probably
like,
tomorrow.
your expectations?
Well, I think I'll need to play better than what I have been playing, but I know I've got it in me. We'll just have to see.
I think you got that dog in you. I'm gonna be honest.
I think I underestimated Joker a bit, to be honest. So it was a little bit like everyone's saying that he's good. Like, he is good, but this tournament, like, I don't know, watching him, he didn't look particularly strong. But playing against him, it felt really difficult. So I don't know. Yeah, man.
Did you have a favorite part of the match, do you think?
Highlight? It'd have to be his flash on me. Like, at that moment, I was like, I would have been happy if I lost that game because that was just so cool.
That was disgusting. Yeah, I don't even know. I wonder. It would be cool to ask him, like, did he see that, or was he just going for a Hail Mary? Like, you know, you were all the way down to 47 at that point too.
He was seeing like flashing me into the fog through the portal, but I don't really know if he saw the whole like bounce across the top of the map.
Yeah, you bounced like 4 times. That was absolutely insane.
The most damage I've ever seen done with a flash.
And the fact that I was like, it didn't sink me and I didn't have gate, I was just like stuck in the fog. And I was like, oh man, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, man, that was scary.
What was your thought when you pulled out the flight book? Because it seems like throughout the whole entire tournament, you weren't using flight books, you weren't attuned to using flight. So how was it kind of like just dusting off some of the rust and using it?
I mean, that was part of it, just because it was like, I kind of needed to like, you know, grease the machine, make sure that I still like knew how to play flight part. And to be honest, I don't know, man, that book's like, I've not really tested it at all. It doesn't have Mega in it, so I didn't have any finishing power. Even when I had him cornered right at the end, like, all I could do was shot bomb him, so there was no way of closing the game. I don't know, like part mirror match, there's like flight part mirror matches on that set. It doesn't really feel like there's a way to actually win. You can only lose, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you just play your game, you just wait till one of you does something really shit, and then they lose. Whereas, you know, playing my book, I actually feel like it's possible. Not always, depends how they play, but I can actually make opportunities to just win the game.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But I only switched because I could see how aggressively he was like trying to sort of counterbook me. I just wanted to, you know, maybe make him switch to like a less counterbook for the next match. So obviously, I was always planning on switching back to my original book.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you were going to bring out the boars.
I don't think they're good, man. I tried them in practice games a bit. I think they're good against my book, but I don't think they're really good against like most other books.
Yeah.
Like they're good against Flightless and they're good against like towers. So if I'm just sat around in a tower, the boars can just like go to town on me. But someone who's, you know, flying around, the boars are just going to be jumping all over the place, trying to chase after them, jumping into the lava and whatever.
Yeah. I had a question. So maybe for some of the newer viewers to like the low times scene and just Arc in general, I noticed that every single game you guys had Swarm. Like, what's the value of Swarm in these matches, or is it particularly good on this map in low times because you know something in particular about Joker, or? Yeah,
I mean, everyone's been running Swarm this tournament. I think since like at least the main stage of the tournament, I don't know if there's been a single game about Swarm in it, but I mean, the biggest thing is that it's 10 seconds instead of 7 seconds. I think Swarm will be good on pretty much any map in 10 seconds, but it is like especially good on this map just because of the amount of like choke points that you're always playing around. Like, it's got really powerful defensive utility as well as just doing Swarm things and netting you a bunch of free damage. It's just a good spell, man. It's just overpowered, but don't nerf it. But it is overpowered.
Yeah, and I guess when you're like waterballing through the middle column, you can just put a Swarm in that little entrance there and say, well, you just wasted a turn. You negated that pressure.
Whoever's like got the the Swarm advantage can always like control the engagements and the flow of the fight.
Yeah, for a big portion of the fight, like different matches, like you always had the blood bank out, and so that always helps you push the advantage. But if Joker's like somehow able to get a Swarm out himself, and you only have a bank, it kind of counteracts like the healing that you acquire every turn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, it's 20% in it, so quick maths, it's like 75 damage to heal a Swarm. So, I need to be hitting at least 75 on him every turn. Otherwise, Swarm's just undoing all of it. So yeah, like you say, I mean, it's not really like a counter. They're both just independently really good spells.
Mm-hmm.
Although Swarm does sort of counterbank because you can be pressuring them and at the same time chasing after their bank with your Swarm, and it's like on the other side of the map, so you can't. Like, it's not like the bank can fight back or anything. Yeah.
So, I suppose something that I should bring up is that Cryo, this is your first, I suppose you could say, tournament finals since season 6, which was a random spells tournament, and your first.
Smiley, I wonder.
And actually, I think this is your first even standard tournament podium. The other tournaments you managed to get to the podium or higher on were either random spells, which was back in season 13, you came in 3rd place, and the Elementals tournament, you got to the semifinals. So being this first standard tournament,
what's the Elementals tournament? I don't remember that one at all.
That was season 3, if you can believe it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, because I don't have a silver trophy, so obviously that was like before.
Yeah, this was on the official tournaments, like I suppose you could say database that I created. You have 1 win and 2 bronze trophies.
I'm surprised. It's literally like archived all the way back to season 1. That's cool.
Yeah. So I suppose I should say, now that you have gotten this far in a standard tournament, do you feel like, I suppose you could say, you've earned more respect, especially as a player?
I think we'll find out when I fight DX, to be honest. I mean,
I think you definitely have.
Yeah, I probably have a bit, but at the same time, in my mind, I guess I've got like, strict standards for myself.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's like I lost versus Spark, which is like that's cool and all. I would have liked to rematch him in the tournament, but I mean that wasn't like a shameful loss. But also like Joker's obviously playing like he didn't have a mouse for that game, and he's out fighting the fires. Like I don't feel like he's playing at his best game, but he's still working pretty hard. So I don't know, we'll see tomorrow, I guess.
For those of the viewers who might not be aware of that fact, Joker has been quite occupied in real life, being in California as a firefighter, and it's definitely fire season over there, so he's been quite occupied, quite in danger every day. We thank him very, very much for, I suppose, his service.
Yeah, for real, saving lives.
Always a really nice thing to see. Of course, once again,
still finding time to get to the semifinals in this tournament as well.
Yeah, quite impressive. I would say that I definitely one message to Joker is that we all hope he stays safe out there. His job is very, very dangerous, and obviously, I guess we would hope to see him again soon when fire season cools down.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say that totally forgotten. Oh yeah, a beat goal. Like that's the one thing that I feel like it had to be some kind of like.
We were saying this is actually the first time Gaul has ever lost a series in a standard low times tournament that he's entered. So that's a massive feat to have accomplished.
Yeah, what can I say, man? We all know how good Gaul is, and
and you made it to the finals too, man.
Yeah.
So I guess the other thing is, you're going up against DX. He's defending champion. Do you plan to do any homework against him? Plan to prepare anything against him? Of course, don't have to.
He's been keeping his books secret, hasn't he? So I don't really know how I can prepare. Like everyone expects to see him using Phantom. I'm sure he will at some point. It's like a best of 5, isn't it? So
yeah, that's gonna take like 6 hours. It is a long series. Let's hope it doesn't draw as much as this one or the Pros Joker series, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know he's got something cooked up to deal with this book that I've been using, but it's a fairly well-rounded book, so we'll just have to see, man.
Yeah,
Can I ask-
we'll definitely see. Go ahead, Scoops.
Can I ask one more question? Oh, Scoops, did you have something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. So, Cryo, I've watched you quite a bit, obviously, seen a lot of your games and kind of know your play style. It feels like sometimes when you make blunders, you tend to go aggro, and sometimes that micro can fail you, leading to like completely flipped game, and that blunder can just kind of like lose you the match. How do you
I
kind of
catch
manage
myself
that in the
doing that.
finals? Yeah, how do you manage
Yeah.
that in the finals? Do you change your approach at all, or?
I think the main thing is being comfortable. If I fuck up an aggro play, like an aggro line, instead of just like throwing away the game and being like go next, being comfortable, switching mindset, going all right, we're still this one out now. Like it's going to be rough if we're going for like 10 games versus DX. But sometimes it's what you've got to do when like.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of times versus Joker where I like missed like a aura or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And then I followed it up with teleporting him on anyway, and I was like teleporting into a situation where I was like down a minion and whatever. It's like obviously that was like a sketchy play, but I already had it in my mind to teleport in, presuming the play the turn before was successful. So things like that, it's a little bit stupid. I need to like keep that in check, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I got any more questions here.
Yeah, if,
I think I'm done.
Alrighty, we may be able to wrap up.
Yeah, we might be able to wrap up. This has been. Oh, I suppose I have one more question for Cryo. So this has been one of the longest series that have been played in the entire tournament.
What you mean, me versus Joker just now?
Yeah. So did at any point you feel like the fatigue was hitting?
It kind of did, and then I guess sort of getting to like game 3 mostly, because of late game 2, start game 3. But then I just kind of like made peace. It is what it is. I was like, all right, I'm in this for long haul. Let's just dial it in and focus on my playing and not worry about how long it's going to take.
Yeah,
maybe got through that wall.
I think part of it's part of maybe this is a me problem. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm conscious that obviously you guys are commentating this as well. If it's going on for like 4 or 5 hours, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
No, we're here for it, dog.
It feels a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm letting you down, but it's a mutual thing as well, isn't it? Like it's Joker as much as it's me, and it's like you guys are choosing to do this. So,
Do you feel like any pressure that like, hey, okay, people are watching me, they're gonna complain, and then that like you feel like, oh, I have to try and pitch the game quicker because of that?
Yeah, that's sort of what I was feeling, but I kind of just like rationalized that away as being something stupid and just got back to focusing on playing. Yeah.
Fair enough. I think nobody else in the interview panel have any questions, and nobody in the chat or anything like that have any questions. So, I will say, I'll conclude it this way. We'd like to give a. Ooh, where'd the bot go? 1 second. There should be a bot here that. Oh, I did it wrong. There we go. So make sure to follow today's commentators, Coevil, Scoops. Oops, I made a slight mistake as well there. 1 second.
Hey, we can follow Scoops? Where do we follow Scoops?
Oh, I'm not making any content, to be honest, but you can still follow me on Twitch if you want.
Yes, good, man. I'm following you.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, there we go. Command fixed. Apologies. So yes, feel free to follow today's commentators, Coevil at youtube.com/CoevilArc2, longtime maker of Arcanists content, Scoops on Twitch, and Harpo on YouTube.
Harpo's got a YouTube channel as well. Cool.
Yeah,
No, not really.
Scoops and Harpo, I believe, stated that they don't really intend to make content on it, but you can give them a follow anyways.
Yeah,
You never know.
And of course, feel free to follow today's broadcast host, myself, Ink, at twitch.tv ink7 or youtube.com ink7. I'll have to fix that command as well. But yes, thank you for today's commentators for waiting patiently for this series to start and hanging in there during the entire broadcast. It was quite a long one.
It was a good one.
Yeah, it was a great one. We sort of did this on the on the fly because nobody really knew when Cryo and Joker were playing for sure, so we sort of just did this impulsively, and we had the volunteers available, so we went ahead with it. And so, thank you guys for being available at such quick notice. I will say, in regards to the upcoming final series between Cryo and DX, we have confirmation of one thing, and that is that it will be played tomorrow. However, we will get confirmation on the time, hopefully by the end of tonight, so that we can alert all the tournament broadcast watchers and spectators, give them a heads up. Yeah, give them a heads up when that match will be played. So yeah, we'll definitely inform you guys and keep you guys in the loop on that. 100% there will be a broadcast on it. It's the finals. We can't not broadcast.
I just want to say as well, shout out to Satella.
Oh yes.
Yeah, man.
Fun fact about Satella, we plan to do a little tribute video. Not video, but something for tribute for the finals broadcast. I was originally going to do that this broadcast, but I didn't really have anything set up, so I plan to set that up tonight, and we can do it tomorrow when there's potentially more eyes watching on the finals.
Yeah, for sure. No worries there.
So, on that note, that will conclude our broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching and tuning in. We hope to see you tomorrow, and take care.